come this way before. Travel through the open door. Circumstances navigated the path. And life happened all so fast. No, it got lonely. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm offbeat, I still land on my feet. And nothing can shake me. Cause I know life took a hold on. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your blow. Games get played, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. I'm telling you the truth. It's all in what you do. See things you gotta do. It's fight for millions. Take a second, see the blessing in it. But much expected, much is given. When I made the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it through like for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm aces. Learn to develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the rope. She fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lack it. While cancer slowing our road, I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, give something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round.
That's the play with no rehearsal.
Learn quickly, they'll come for
Your
your
role.
Can't play, can't take it personal. Cause
The devil is a lie.
telling you the truth, hey. It's all in what you do, hey. Some things you gotta do,
Hey. Dun, 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 dun. Woo-hoo. What's up, DB? Love is the word. Hey, what's up, K-Dub? It's showtime at the Apollo. Get off this stage. I'm in rage. What's up, Jake? Jay? Is that Jay? Yeah, JP, but he wants to be called JQ. What's up, man? What's up, Mike Moss? Dre Finest. How you feeling, man? How you feeling? Man, what's up, Mr. Mel Advice? DB, Mr. Mel Advice. What's up, TB? Tell you, buddy. What's up, Cletus? What's up, man? Mike Africa Jr. will be here around 9:10, 9:15, man. But until then, man, we'll just rock out and have a good time. What's up, Reggie? Yo. And so how's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's good. Yo, everybody's great. Everyone's fantastic. So we got the solution, man, because I don't want to harp over that shit. So we're gonna get the GoFundMe page. We're gonna make a I'll re-say this too a little bit later in the show. We're gonna do a $5,000 GoFundMe page, and we're gonna do that. And we're going to give out our own award. So that should be dropping tomorrow. And then don't forget, tomorrow, we doubling back tomorrow. And we just going to come up with as much as we can as it pertains to the award show and the categories we're going to use. And if we get to the nominations, I'm cool with that as well. So we'll do it like that. And so it should be fun. So hopefully we get it done. and we're gonna have a good time with it, man. I was researching a bunch of trophy spots today online, and I actually spoke to one today on the phone. And so we moving forward with it. We're gonna see how it turns. I believe we can get 5K in here, you know what I mean? And that's gonna be what we give the winners, okay? Whatever we raise, that's what we're gonna give the winners. And that's what it is. So we're gonna do this as a family, as a barbershop. So yeah, man, we got a great show tonight, man. We got Mike Africa tuned in, man. I'm excited. I'm excited, man. His mom and dad actually actually got it. Yeah, I got it, DB. I got it. I want to try. I want to start with something local. He's not in LA, right? 314 area code. I saw. I was kind of making more a little bit more tactile, you know. But if we have to go outside of us, we definitely would, you know. But yeah, man, we got Mike Africa in here, man. They built their own community in Philadelphia, man. It's real interesting. And if you guys, at least maybe if you haven't seen the documentary, hopefully you've seen the trailer. The trailer is only 2 minutes long, and I was just mesmerized by it, man. I stayed up after the fight a couple of weeks ago, and I actually watched the documentary. It's pretty dope. It's pretty riveting, man. You know what I mean? And oh, you watched it this morning? Yeah, impactful, isn't it? Damn, man. You know, it's just astounding. You know. Oh, it's St. Louis. Okay. Okay. Was that Asia Math? Is that that's not Asia Math, is it? Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So hopefully we can get all this done by. Hopefully we have everything done by the middle of January in terms of the money, in terms of the awards, and that'll be cool. I'm excited to do this with. I'm excited that we can do this together. You know, it's gonna be fun. You know, I don't know how many categories we're gonna come up with, but we'll see. I still have to see it. Oh yeah, it's dope. Mike Africa will probably inspire you to want to watch it at the end of this interview. You know, he'll be here for an hour or so. I'll open. Oh, that's Asia. Okay, I'll open up the phone lines. Um, uh, earlier as well. So, we'll do it like that. So, hey, you know, I was watching. Um, oh, I'm chopping up the interview, right? As you guys can see, because it's uploading throughout the day. Damn, he set up. He got so many title worthy quotes. You know what I'm like, damn. You know, it's pretty I'm just pretty y'all got to go back and watch Sugar Hill if you get a chance, man. It's pretty crazy, man. It's pretty cool, man. Damn. So I and we're gonna try and build around that too. So maybe we'll try and get Mark Breland in here. Um who else? We may have a shot at Teofimo Lopez. I worked on that today, real briefly. Um I reached out to Keith Thurman for y'all. No response yet. Um and but it's coming. It's coming. So stay tuned. January is locked and loaded. January is locked and loaded. So it should we got Brianna's coming January 25th. The beautiful woman from last night. She's locked in for January 25th. She'll be here. She'll be a guest January 25th. So, you know what I mean, shoot your shot then. You know what I mean? And yeah, we're gonna do our best to get T.O. in here for sure. No doubt about it. You already know how that goes. And let's see who else. We got we looking at D Smoke in February. So it's coming, man. Shit, we do it. Hell, shit, we might as well get Al Heyman. Shit, what the hell? Shit, we might as well get out. I got some. Hey, like you said, Drew, I got some questions. Oh man, I got some questions, man. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. Yeah, he's gonna do an interview at some point. Maybe when he feel like he's dying, or when he feel like he's done. You know, um, I believe he does it mostly so he don't incriminate himself. Maybe, I don't know. You know, and or maybe he's just a behind the scenes guy in its totality. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, so I have no idea. So but it's cool. Deontay Wilder's gonna pop in too. He said he's gonna answer all y'all questions, as many as he can next time he's in here. So we definitely can anticipate that. Um I'm gonna try and get Tyson Fury in here. I'm gonna do my best to get Tyson Fury in here. I'm gonna do my best. So that will be fun. I'm gonna do my best. Remember, I asked Miss Parker does she know him? Yeah. I love the fact that Master P is trying to buy Reebok. Um, yeah, I mean, it's hopefully he can pull it off, and hopefully his board members will represent us, because he can buy it, but if the board members are not us, they gonna outnumber him, So hopefully the board, Baron Davis does an excellent job in the community, man. I've known Baron shit. I've known Baron, damn, 15 years. 15 years easy. I've known Baron, and he does an excellent job in the community. Maybe I'll get Baron on. I've never thought about that. Baron is one phone call away. I was in his documentary, The Drew League. I had a quick cameo in that. Yeah, maybe I'll get Baron in here. Baron cool, man. Baron's cool. What else? What else? Yeah, man, we got some stuff coming. Don't forget, January 15th, we're gonna do a watch party. So One Night in Miami comes out, and American Skin comes out the same day. So that'll be pretty dope. Yeah, I got to run into P. I mean, me and P were so cool, man. I trained Rome for 2 years. So once the world opened back up, I'll run into him at an NBA game or something like that, or something like that. I'll run into him, but I don't have his new number, So, but it just hit me. I got his bodyguard's number. So hopefully we can get that taken care of, and that'll be pretty dope. Yeah, P definitely will come in here. If he knew I had a podcast, oh, he would be in here in a heartbeat. That would be me asking DB to do something for me. You know what I mean? No, Shea Cotton was after me. I was in college when Shea Cotton was there. And he played in the CI. I played City Section. He played CIF. It's like CIF and City Section is kind of like Top Rank and PBC. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that rivalry going on, and you only play them like in tournaments or like preseason, something like that. But yeah, we'll definitely. I'm definitely excited. I'm definitely excited. Floyd wore Reebok, so maybe Floyd to jump in. I know Floyd wore Reebok in some of his fights, so maybe it'll be pretty dope, man, to see them men collaborate and make something happen. Shit, why not? Group economics work. Like I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, it's not enough." Oh yeah, Shea Cotton was the man. You know who else was the man? Corey Benjamin. Y'all remember the name Corey Benjamin? Corey Benjamin was an absolute monster. You know what I mean? Absolute monster. Yeah, man. It's oh, Reebok has a Popper boxing boot. Yeah, I know Floyd wears Reebok, if I'm not mistaken. And Reebok needs to come back too. It can happen. Shit. Champion did it. You know, like that champion outfits where now they cost $100 for a sweatshirt. When I was a little kid, you walk in the store, you got it for $10. Now it's $100, $150 to wear the sweats. You know, it's crazy. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely looking forward to that. That'll be dope. That'll be dope. Baron always got something up his sleeves, though. Baron always got something up his sleeve. He always doing something business savvy or just always, you know, always. Yep, I remember Bear used to pull up. I was in college. No, was I in college? No, I was older than Baron. I was older than him. He was 97. I'm 95, and I remember we used to play at UCLA, and he bought his one of his first big cars was a Lexus. You know, that V12 Lexus, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah. Corey Benjamin, Shea Cotton, Baron Davis. Those were our three best players. You're right. 96, 97. Those were like the top players. Paul Pierce was 95 with me. But yeah, those were like our top players for sure. For sure. Reebok is trash. Hey, Reebok need that sauce, man. Reebok need that sauce. Shucks. Reebok need that sauce. You know, but it's gonna be owned by us and bought by us. So that will be pretty dope, you know. So man, I don't even own a pair of Reeboks right now. All I own are Nikes. That's all I wear is Nike. So it'll definitely change. If Master P was to buy Reebok, I'll buy Reebok, you know. Reebok is trash. He just came in here and said Reebok is trash. Hey, you know what that reminded me of? Like when all the kids talk about what they got for Christmas. You know, when you go back to school in first grade, I got this for Christmas. I got that for Christmas. Yada yada yada. And then a little badass kid come in and be like, Santa Claus ain't real. Third Eye just said, "Oh, what the hell y'all talking about? Reebok trash." Oh man, oh man, they're gonna do a whole lot to it. You know, the fortunate thing about them is they gonna have the ability of like they're going to have TV, and what I mean by TV is all the many new athletes will start wearing Reebok. You understand what I'm saying? And with that being said, it's gonna naturally become more popular. You know, kind of like Yeezys. Yeezys are ugly. I don't think Kanye has ever made anything that's like really like, you know, man, if you can convince people to spend $500 on a belt, you definitely can convince them to buy some Reeboks. You know what I mean? If you can convince me to go to the grocery store and buy water, you definitely Reeboks, hey, that's the least of anybody's concern, you know. So that'll be cool. Yeah, Kanye, I don't like the way they look, part 4. You know, I've never had a pair. You know, and obviously they'll bring back the Allen Iversons, the classics, the high top Iversons. You know, those I never had a pair. Those are pretty popular though. Yep, do a deal with the fighters for sure. You know, I think Earl wears Reeboks too. I don't know what he wears, but I think he wears some sort of Reebok as well. So, pretty interesting. So, it'll be pretty dope, man. It's great news. You know, I watched this live today. It was pretty dope. God, you see his house? Sheesh, insane. My gosh, damn, he had 2 staircases, marble floors. That'll be that's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing. I remember the LA Gears. Remember the LA Gears? And they had the thing that made you think you could jump higher. You could jump higher. I wanted them so bad. You know what I mean? Oh, you had the Emmitt Smiths. Oh my gosh. I don't remember them. Eli. I was trying to get Sean Kemp on the show too. If anybody got to connect with Sean Kemp, let me know. You know, it would be dope to get him on. that would be dope to get Sean Kemp on. I used to have a connect with Gary Payton, but I'll have to go back and figure that out. Yeah, I'm after this summer, I'll have access to a lot more. If LA opens back up, I'll have access to a lot more basketball players, especially if the Drew League opens up this summer, for sure. Because I'll be able to talk to their best friends, their managers. You know what I mean? Oh, he has a shop. Oh, he has a cannabis shop, huh? Part 4. He has a cannabis shop up there, right? Yeah, I would love to interview Sean Kemp. And I know y'all would have some questions for him. That would be dope. He was like he wasn't like the epitome of a cult icon, but he almost made it. You know what I mean? Sean Kemp almost became like a lesser version of Allen Iverson. Like if he just could have held on a little bit longer, he was so close to being the icon, you know. Then he gained some weight, went to Cleveland, and became like a jump shooter, like it just didn't work out for him that way, but damn, he was so close. He was, man. But that Alton Liston dunk, oh, jeez, man. But we'll have Kendall Gill on, and you guys can ask him some more questions about that. Yeah, he's an icon up there, right? Yeah, for sure he is. For sure he is. Straight out of Trinity Community College, right? Oh yeah, he should be up there. He should get free meals, you know. Yeah, he needed like 2 or 3 more years. He was right there, man. Oh, he was right there. Damn. Nia Long. She be up. You know what? Nia Long mom. I told you guys that the last property I just did, Nia Long mom. I see her walking 2 or 3 times a week. Nia Long's mom. Yeah. Nia Long's mom. I see her walking. So I've never stopped her or anything. Just wave. Yeah, Amari or Kemp. Yeah, that would be pretty dope. Damn. Yeah, Nia Long would be a fun interview. That would be cool. But that's how close I can get to Nia Long. So give me some time with that. I'll stop her mom next time I see her. She walks around the block pretty common. So I'll talk to her next time I see her. And she sings. Nia Long's mom sings. Yeah. Nia Long's mom sings. Yeah, I could tip jam when I was younger. I never was a dunker, but I could, definitely. Yeah, Nia Long's mom is fine. Yeah, she's beautiful. She has tattoos, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Nia Long. She's beautiful. Nia Long is beautiful. She hasn't aged either. Yeah, I think Sean Kemp was better than Amari Stoudemire. What was wrong with Amari Stoudemire? His back? It was his back, right? He went to the Knicks and stole all that money. I just know that much. God damn. Man, Knicks couldn't catch a break, man. Damn. Vin Baker didn't pan out. Larry Johnson didn't pan out. Charles Smith didn't pan out. No power forward that goes to the Knicks pans out, man. We can't catch a break, man. We can't catch a break at all. It's just what I mean? It's just beyond me. So you know what? Big Dog Robinson. Yeah, Big Dog Robinson. I wonder what happened to him. I liked him at Purdue. I liked Big Dog Robertson at Purdue. He was pretty dope. I liked him. He was the player of the year. You know what I mean? He yeah, Vin Baker did play for the Knicks. Man, am I crazy? Yeah, Julius Randle had a triple-double last night. Antonio McDyess. Yeah. Antonio McDyess was drafted by the Knicks, right? Or he was traded to the Knicks. One of the two. right? You know what I mean? I don't know. Vin Baker played for Seattle and Milwaukee. Man, I know Vin Baker played for the Knicks. He had to play for. Come on, man. We got to see what's up. Make sure the guest is okay. Yeah. Am I tripping? Or did Zach? I forgot about Zach Randolph. I know it was a trade day draft, right? It was a trade day draft. The Nuggets got Antonio McDyess, and we got, I forget who we got. I know Vin did. Thanks, dog. I know I ain't tripping. Yeah, because yeah, Vin Baker hit that jump shot against the Miami Heat, and he ran down the court. That's the last. That's the last. That's the last happy moment I've had as a Knicks, when we went to the finals in 2000 and we lost to the San Antonio Spurs. Was that 99, 2000, or 2000, 2001? One of the two, but it's been that long. You know, it's been that long. So 713 said he's having problems. 731. I don't, who's 731? You gotta you, I told you gotta send me your you gotta send me your YouTube link. Oh no, he's in the wrong link. Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me. He's send him this link. Did I send him the right link? PPD here, because I don't see him. I don't see him at all. He's in, but I don't know if he's in the right link. Send him this link. All right, he's in the wrong link, so we got to. Is the Knicks still paying? Good question. I don't know. Yeah, we trying to get him in. He's on the wrong link. How about Patrick Ewing not dunking that shot against the Indiana Pacers? It's funny, DB. It's funny that you mentioned. I mean, H Money. You mentioned Nick Van Exel. I was trying to reach out to Nick Van Exel today. That's funny. You said his name. I was like, because I wanted to get Eddie Jones in here, because Eddie Jones was Kobe Bryant's like first NBA mentor, right? And I was like, damn, it would have been great. It'd be great to get Eddie Jones in here, So, but I'm still working on that. Yeah, he got to send his YouTube link. I don't know how to unblock no one without their YouTube link. So I don't know how to go in there. I just go to their YouTube page and unblock them. So that's what I need. Yeah, he was an all-star with the Lakers. And that nigga threw a TV. No, that was with Portland. Did he throw a TV on Portland? Hey, Jim Dolan is the Bob Arum of basketball. Nah, I think Jim Dolan is worse. As he getting older, man, he kicked Charles Oakley out. You know what I mean? He kicked Charles Oakley out. Oh, that was with Portland, right, Ted? Yeah, that was with Portland. He threw the TV. Dick the Quick. Send it to me again. Yeah, we got to make sure we're good. He's PPD. Make sure you he probably got to update his phone or something, or tell him to do it from his iPhone, because I know he has an iPhone because it's in the documentary. With his mom, when he told his mom, you know what this is? So I know he has an iPhone. So he probably got to do it from Google or something like that. Anthony Peeler and Eldon Campbell. I know I can get a hold of Eldon Campbell if he still lives in LA. You know, that shouldn't be hard. Anthony Peeler. I remember I saw Anthony Peeler. I was in high school on Washington and Lincoln at the 7-Eleven on Washington and Lincoln. I saw Anthony Peeler. I was in the 11th grade. He had a Porsche. I forget the color. He had a Porsche. Yeah, and so well, if he has that link, he should be good. Yeah, Anthony Peeler was a baller. He went to Missouri, right? Yeah, he was a baller. I, Robert Ory is like salt on your food. You know what I mean? Like no matter what other ingredients you add, you gotta have the salt. And that salt in the NBA when he was playing was Robert Ory. You know, Robert Ory came through like a son of a gun. Robert Ory, he got 7 chips, dog. 7. You know, so that's gonna be good. Yeah, he is. There he is.
Can you
Man,
hear me?
coming in here, man.
Hold on.
Hey.
Hold on. This ain't working. Hold on.
I see you and hear you. Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh man, I don't know. The connection's bad.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's clicking. It's like some kind of click.
Okay, so let me beam you out. I'm beaming you out and beam you back in. It'll clear up. All right, good. So we'll do that and make that pop. Yeah. I see Eldon Campbell. Yeah, that's where he's from. Exactly, Reg. He's from Inglewood. Exactly that. Exactly. He's from Inglewood. So that'll hooray. Yeah, I'm excited for this, man. It feels cool when you've actually like watched the documentary and like, you know what I mean? The Lakers. Man. Cedric Sabalas went AWOL one year. He was an all-star and went AWOL. Yeah, Cedric Sabalas used to rap. You know, damn. Yeah. I still don't understand that second. I don't understand that second championship at all. All right, let's try it right now. Can you hear me now?
It's a little better, but it's still clicking.
Is it clicking?
Okay, there we go.
Are you good?
How about that?
I'm good. How about you?
Hey, there we go. Now
Welcome to the barbershop, man. We got a celebrity in the building, man. What's up, man? Hey, man.
I'm all right, man. How you feel?
I'm feeling good, man. It's an honor to have you in here, man. Have your bloodline in the barbershop, man. So much courage, man. So much courage flowing through that bloodline, man.
Oh man, you know, it's really just me doing what I do, you know, what I gotta do. You know, we got so much to do over here on the East Coast, so much work to do to catch up, you know, to justice over here. So we just, you know, we just doing what we gotta do, you know.
Yeah. And I watched your documentary 3 weekends ago, and I was just like, damn, your fortitude, dog. Your fortitude, man. You were born in the prison. Oh, you tell your story, man. I'm talking to you like we in the corner store. Like I'm not doing an interview because I'm just excited, man. You know, like I'm talking to a real life hero, dog. I ain't lying. I feel like I'm talking to a real life hero, and you are a real life hero, man. For never giving up.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, and the sacrifices your parents made. So let's start from the top, man. What is Move?
The Move organization is an organization that started in the 70s. It was founded by John Africa, who was a wise, strategic black man from West Philly. And he, you know, saw the injustices happening in the society. He saw the, you know, horrible things that was going on. He wanted to do something about it. So he started an organization. The mission of the organization is, you know, to protect life, people, animals, and the environment, and to encourage other people to protect life too. Now, you know, like when you got a mission that's about protecting life, you know, you talking about going up against a society that like makes a lot of money off of enslaving black people with these prisons. John Africa said, prison ain't nothing but a modern day slavery. And so he would talk about it. He would encourage people to talk about, the injustices happening to people, the brutality from the police, the unjust jail sentences, the extreme prison terms for black people. He talked about the unjust treatment of animals, the unethical treatment, how they were put in cages called zoos and prisons and stuff. Before PETA existed, MOVE existed. Protesting against the animals that was locked in the circus. John Africa would say, how is it right? How is it fair for people to take these animals from the thousands of thousands of miles away and on the endless acres of India and brought to be forced to live in a tiny cage in Philadelphia and made to jump through rings of fire? Them animals ain't made to be jumping through no rings of fire. So he protested against it, protested against unsafe boarding homes for the elderly. And when them places is making the kind of money they're making, they don't want nobody saying anything to interrupt what they got coming in. You know what I mean? And then the big problem was when John Africa started teaching people that relying on natural law is right and is necessary and is the solution. And if you eat healthy and if you live healthy, you don't need these hospitals and these doctors as much. Man, once people started when women started having babies at home and didn't have to pay them doctors $30,000 per baby, and you don't need as much medicine and all of that, man, that society went crazy. And they started attacking. They used the police to attack. And if you know anything about, the way the system is really set up, the police ain't there to protect the people. They're there to protect the industry from the people when the people realize that they've been duped and tricked and, made slaves. So, what do? Hey, you start protesting against them, they start coming at you. And that's exactly what they did. MOVE is more known for fighting and confrontation and guns than we are what we actually really about. We about health and fitness. And, if you watch what we do, we about family and taking our kids to the park and teaching them how to identify trees so that they can eat from the land. That's what we started out as. But, anybody trying to be independent, especially black people, man, black people trying to be independent in this country. Yeah. You remember Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it is. That's what it comes down to. Anybody that's trying to live independent and not dependent on the system, man, you got a target on your back.
Right.
And that's where it started.
Who inspired him?
I think, to be honest with you, I think his father had a big influence on him. See, his father was an inventor. And his father was born in 1910 or 1909 or something like that. And that was a time when black people couldn't even have your own stuff. And if you was inventing things, man, they taking your name off that invention and putting their name on it. And his father really resented that. So he would talk about the injustices and that. And white people was making millions off of his inventions. Some of the inventions that you won't see him get credit for, like putting the call waiting on the telephone. You know what I'm saying? But so then John Africa was drafted into the Korean War back in the 30s or back in the 50s, and he saw how life was being blown up and mountains were being torn apart and rivers that you could drink from today, and then tomorrow after the battle, dead bodies in it and pollution in it from the weaponry. Now their water ain't drinkable no more, and all of that just that type of stuff compelled him to just want to make a change, and he did, and he started.
How did your family get involved?
So John Africa, he's my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my grandma. He's my great uncle. That's my grandmother's brother. So when he started the organization, he would talk to them about my grandmother and his other. He had 9 brothers and sisters, and he had nieces and nephews. My mom is his niece. So he would talk to them and, about the importance of revolution and the importance of making a change. And so half the organization is my blood family.
Wow. And your dad. How did your mom meet your dad, by the way? How did all that happen? How did all that happen?
All right. So you saw 40 Years a Prisoner, right?
Yeah,
There's a whole story about Mike and Debbie Africa that's the greatest love story of our time. Shakespeare can't write this, man. I'm telling you. So my pop met my mom in 1969. She was in Philly doing her thing, you know, at home, and he come up the block. She playing king ball, you know, little street games with her girlfriends, and he see her, his eyes popping out his head like a cartoon, and he started trying to talk to her, and she played hard to get for a little while, but then she gave in, and they were together. And then shortly after that, a few years later, you know, he's 16 years old. He decides that he wants to go into the military, and he did. And so he comes back off, you know, on leave, looking for my mom, and she around the house, you know, washing cars and letting her hair grow, and, you know, becoming a MOVE member. And my dad was looking like, yo, I mean, the last time I seen you, you look like you came out of, you know, Jet Magazine, Beauty of the Week. Right now, you looking like one of the, you know, something else. So, you know, he talked to her, she talked to him, and they just, you know, kept working. And then he would hear some of the things that John Africa would say about the injustices in the system. And then one day, my uncle, my mom's little brother, got arrested, and he wanted to, you know, help my uncle. So he went to one of the protests. He said, man, when I got to the protest, there was no protest. He said, I didn't hold the sign, I didn't picket, I didn't scream Free Chucky Africa. All I did was walked out of the truck. As soon as I walked out the truck to protest, the police came and took us, roughly grabbed us and threw us in the back of a paddy wagon, and they took us to jail and didn't feed us for 2 days while we were there. You know, he said they beat us right into the revolution, just right there.
Wow.
So as they stayed together, you know, had a couple kids, one kid, and yeah, my mom was pregnant with me when the police raided our crib in 78.
What you mentioned police, right? How does the MOVE organization respond to the term cult?
Cult?
Yes.
John Africa would say it's not a culture. It's not a cult. It's an organization.
Okay.
You know, I personally myself, the word cult, if you look up the word and see the definition of the word cult, it's not really a bad thing.
Yes.
But I know the connotation that the word cult carries. You know, loose sex, crazy, you know, monolithic, you know, all of that kind of stuff. But that's not really who we are. I mean, you know, I've been married to the same woman for the last 24 and a half years. We got 4 kids, and I got one wife, I got 4 kids, but why one woman, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I roll. And I'm not unique within the MOVE organization. So yeah, I know people say that, you know, because they don't really understand. And there's a lot of like shouting, long live John Africa. And there's a lot of like, you know, monolithic looking thinking, but that's just what you see. That's how we feel too, but that's what you see mostly portrayed. But nah, I got my own house with responsibilities and the mortgage and 2 dogs and a cat at my own crib. You know what I mean? It ain't no 25 people living in one room. Nah,
right.
You know, the only time that MOVE did live like in a setting where it was like all together like that was when we were in confrontation mode, where we felt like, you know, it was strong. We were stronger to be together until the thing was over. But aside from that, we always had our own houses and own apartments and stuff like that.
And for you, it started in a jail cell,
bro.
Right?
Yeah. So so when MOVE was protesting, they had beat MOVE women. Like the police had like attacked MOVE people, and they beat MOVE women into miscarriages in some situations. And so, you know, MOVE took a stand like the Panthers did. Like, listen, it started out when you just trying to feed some people, you know, like the Panthers. We just trying to get some breakfast for the kids when they're in school. You know what I'm saying? We want to get a stop sign on the block so cars don't be running people over on their way to wherever they're trying to go. We ain't trying to fight, you know what I'm saying? But this system is so unreasonable. So you trying to get some things happening and they don't want to do it. You know, the police beat somebody, and then they got the police investigating the police, and they giving them slaps on the wrist or not giving them any punishment at all. How do you make any kind of change if ain't nobody listening to you while you're trying to talk? Right. So MOVE took a stand, just like the Panthers, and came up on the porch with the guns and said, if you come at us again, we're going to defend ourselves. And like Malcolm said, by any means necessary. So the police it was a standoff, and then the police made an agreement, we'll move. They said, you turn in your guns and we'll let your people go. They let our people go, and then they took the guns. And then the police came shortly after, and they attacked the house to arrest people, to kill people. And my mom was in the house. My dad was in the house. My mom was 8 months pregnant with me. And during the shooting, when the police was raiding the joint, a cop was shot and killed. And of course, they blamed it on us. They blamed it on Move. And my mom, 5 weeks after she was arrested, she secretly gave birth to me in a jail cell.
What?
My mom secretly gave birth to me in a jail cell. Ain't nobody know except her and her cellmate. And me, of course.
Yeah. Wow. And so what happens to Mike Africa Jr. after that? Who gains custody of you?
So after that, I mean, I was in the John with her for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
After that, my grandmother came and got me,
mm-hmm.
and she took me to what was our Virginia. We had a chapter in Richmond, Virginia, called the Seed of Wisdom, and that was where John Africa sent the kids to go to get away from the confrontational atmosphere in Philly. So
Mm-hmm.
we went to Richmond, Virginia. We stayed down there for a few years,
mm-hmm.
and while we were there, then our place got raided down there. The police raided our place down there, took the kids and put us in the orphanage, abusive orphanage too, but I might add. You know, and we had to get out of that situation. Then we came back up to Philly. We were in Philly a couple years, and shortly after, while we were in Philly, the police came raiding our place again. Same thing. They wanted to shut us up because we were constantly exposing them for the injustices that was happening. So what they did this time, 1985, on May 13th, on Osage Avenue, the police came to the house, and they flew a helicopter over the joint, and they dropped a bomb. And the bomb ignited a fire, and the police said, let the fire burn. And the fire was burning. 13 Move members were inside. As the members tried to escape the house, the police shot at them and shot them back into the fire. Some of them they actually shot down and picked their bodies up and threw them back into the fire. 11 of the members died, including 5 kids, all of which were in the orphanage with me 3 years earlier. After that, man, my grandmother said, listen, no more of this, man. She said she was leaving the organization. She decided that she didn't actually say she didn't want to leave. She was leaving, but she just kind of drifted off because she didn't want us to go through that kind of stuff. Right. And then in 92, so when the bombing happened, there was two survivors. One was an adult. The other one was a child, a 13-year-old. His name was Birdie. Ramona was the adult survivor. She went to jail, and she was actually in the jail that my mom was in. So when she was on her way, Ramona got sentenced to 7 years for arson and riot. When she was on her way out of jail, before she got out, I asked my mom, when I talked to her, I asked her to have Ramona call me and, come pick me up and bring me back around to Move when she got out. And she did. Ramona came after she got out, the next day she came and got me. And then I got, and then she took me all over. I was with her traveling around all over the country, learning the history as she's teaching it to university students, you know what I mean? And I'm only 14 years old, running in and out of lawyers' offices, just learning the way, learning the fight, learning the information. And as I'm learning, I'm just like picking it up, and she's like grooming me. She's like informing me about how to talk to people and how to connect with people, how to network, how to raise funds. I'm just learning, soaking it all up. And then it got to the point where our people had been in prison for so long. And then she started kind of pushing me to kind of take the lead a little bit. Back in 2017, about 16, 17, she was she fell real ill, right? She was diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma, and she had a couple of massive strokes. So she was pushing me to take the lead and just handle it. She gave me the talk, you know what I mean? You can handle this, you can do this, the pep talk before she, faded to the background. And so I took the lead, And you know, with the expert strategies that she had given me and what I had learned from John Africa, reading his writings. And a couple years after that, I went to the prison to pick up my mom. She was finally free after 40 years.
40 years, amazing. And let's take it back quite a few years. You found out about your mother at 13, if I'm not mistaken?
I found out that my mother was in prison when I was a kid, man. When I found out my mom was in prison, I was probably like, I don't know, 6 years old.
Oh, 6 years old. Okay, gotcha.
5, 6. But I didn't know what she was in prison for. I didn't find out what she was in prison for until I was about 15.
Oh, that's okay. That's what I'm about. Yeah, okay.
And when I found out, bro, I was shocked. What? She ain't coming home for what? How many years? Nobody explained it to me. I mean, I guess, how do you tell a 6-year-old kid his mother ain't coming home for 30 years? You know what I mean? I don't know. But for some reason, ain't nobody tell me. I had the way I learned about it was while Ramona was speaking at universities, and she was speaking to them, and I was learning like they were learning. That's how I found out.
And when you go to the prison, well, you got to go see both mom and dad, correct? How old were you when you went to visit them in the prison?
First time I went to see my dad, I was like 4. That I remember.
Okay.
Like 4. The first time I went to see my mom, I was like 5 or 6.
Okay. Talk about those experiences in comparison to your understanding of actually knowing now that they're in prison. Because you say you remember your mom at 5, and now can you compare that to knowing what's going on at 15 or 16?
No, because when I first went to see my mom, I didn't know who she was. Like when I was 4 years old, when we went and when my grandmother took me to see my dad, he was talking to me. He was trying to get my attention and asking me questions about him, and I'm looking at him like, in my mind, thinking, I don't know who you are. And then he asked me, he said, do you know who I am? And I said, no. And he said, do you know what your name is? And I said, yeah. And he said, do you know what my name is? And I said, yeah. And he said, do you know why we have the same name? And I said, no. He said, because you're my son. And I'm like, yeah. Yo, I ain't know I had one of those. A pop. You know what I'm saying? So then when I see my mom, it was, I knew that I was going to the prison to see somebody. By then, like, I had seen my dad already. So I guess I'm thinking, all right, the matching pair to this is my mom, right? So when I went to see my mom, I kind of understood that this was about to happen, but I didn't know what she looked like. I'd never seen her before that I remember. So when she walking down the steps to come into the visiting room, you know, it was a lot of people walking down the steps to come into the visiting room. I'm looking at the one to see which one looked like me, you know, see which one that I wanted to see that, you know, I liked the way she looked. I hope that's what happened. Like when I seen the different people, you know, bigger ones, smaller ones, you know, lighter ones, white ones. And I'm looking at one. When I seen my mom, I remember thinking like, I hope that's her, you know, because she was real pretty, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, if that's my mom, that's what's up. And that's who it turned out to be. So, you know, by the time I was like 15 going to see her, it was different. Because by the time I was 15, my mind was on like, how long y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm a different person by the time I'm from 5 to 15. That's 10 years. I'm 42. At 52, I'm gonna be a different person than I am now. I'm constantly evolving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at 15, from 5 to 15, you can't help but evolve. That's just natural.
Right. And when did you commit to the process of freeing both parents, both your parents, excuse me?
When I learned it, as soon as I knew that I could do something about it, I did. Meeting with lawyers. I mean, that was 14 years old, 15 years old. And I wasn't like, it wasn't that I just committed to it. It was more like people told me that I could do something about it. Here, come with us. We're going to do something about it. You can come with us and you can help. And it was like, all right, cool. At that point, I was committed. I mean, I always admired revolutionaries. You know, protecting the water that we got to drink. What's more of a noble or worthy cause than that? What's more of an important cause than fighting for the water you got to drink and stopping the system from polluting it. You got water everywhere around you, all over this country. We live in Philly over here, and you can't go 2 miles without running across a stream or a creek. You know what I'm saying? You can in any direction, but you can't drink none of that water. That's messed up. You know, and it didn't always used to be that way, but it is that way now, and it shouldn't be. So, hey, and the same thing with black people getting shot down, man. Every day, there's a statistics according to the New York Times, the very white New York Times. Every day, 3 people get killed by the police. 3 black people. Every day, 3 black people get killed by police. And that's a staggering stat. Every day, 3 black people get killed by the police, unarmed. You know, why ain't there something being done about that? So as long as the first time that I ever heard the word revolution and knew that it meant doing something about the injustices, I was interested. I was already interested. Sign me up. Where do I go? Who do I follow, or who do I lead? You know what I'm saying? Revolution is important, and ain't nothing more important than stopping the system from destroying us.
What was your first victory? Can you recall the first victory or a level of inspiration you got when you was like, I'm closer to getting my mom and dad out of prison?
You know, we had a lot of seemingly victories in the 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But the first time that I actually saw that something was going to change was 2018. 2018, bro. Like, they went up for parole. My parents was up for parole since 2008.
Yeah.
And they were turned down every time. And there was never any light at the end of the tunnel back then. But back in 2018, when I had put all of this paperwork in order, I linked up with the lawyer from People's Law Office out of Chicago. They also represented Fred Hampton's family. His name is Brad Thompson. And then we had a lawyer here by the name of Brett Grody at the Abolitionist Law Center here in Pennsylvania. And we had put together a strategy. They worked it with my Uncle Chuck and figured it out. And I started doing the groundwork, the legwork on the streets. And the first time that I had hope, the first time was when my mom saw the parole board, and then they didn't give her an answer right away. Then a parole agent called me on the phone and asked me, what would she be living with me if she were to be paroled? That's when I was like, this is different. That ain't never happened. It's been 40 years and that ain't never happened. And then the next step was, after they asked me that, they said, when can we come and look at it to make sure it's suitable? We need to check all the exits. We need to make sure that you ain't got no crazy dogs that might try to bite us if we come in the house. Make sure you ain't got no guns hitting all over the place. You know what I'm saying? We need to make sure it's suitable. They came, they checked it out. They said it passes. And I'm like, all right, that's 2 green lights right there. We on the move. We on the move. The next thing was, an agent was calling me saying, when can you come pick up your mom? And I said, the prison is 7 hours away. I'll be there in 20 minutes. Hey, bro, I was on my way. You ain't got to tell me twice. You know? And the next day, man, I got in the car. You see it in the film, the filmmaker, Tommy Oliver, he was with me. I called him. He came that night, you know, wherever he was at in the world, he came that night, and we drove up to the prison together. It took us 7 hours to get there, and we went and got my mom.
What were the conversations like with your mom? Any conversations stand out with your mom, like as it pertains to maybe President Obama getting elected, some historical content that's going on in the world, or the evolution of yourself as a man growing up without your mother and or father?
You mean like in a car on the way home?
No, like in throughout your mother's prison bid, like any conversation stand out to you about encouragement or keep fighting?
You know, my mom, for all the time that she was in there, maybe the last 6 months was mostly just like, it's in God's hands. You know, what God wants is what'll happen. Like, she was more like that. For the first 39 and a half years, she was like that. You know, but then it got to the point where she was like, yeah, we're going to start putting some stuff together. Start working on this thing, because it seemed like this thing is taking too long. And I'm all about God, but I'm all about getting work done too. You ever hear the proverb, I sent you a boat. I sent you I don't know, it ain't a proverb, but it's a John.
Yeah.
I sent you a boat. I sent you a jet ski. I sent you a helicopter. You know what I'm saying? What more do you want? So, yeah.
How would you rate your mother's faith throughout her prison bed? Optimistic, like in terms of being released, optimistic, or just it is what it is? How would you rate her?
I think for a long time it is what it is. I think for a long time it was like, it is what it is. I think that she started getting to the point where she actually felt that she wanted to work on getting home, actually do something about it, and not just be on autopilot. That came, I'm telling you, man, that came within the last like 2 years.
Wow.
My dad was different. My dad was pushing it. He was pushing it ever since maybe 1990. Like, he was pushing it as long as I can remember, pretty much.
When you was going through the paperwork, there's a scene in the documentary where it looks like so overwhelming. You're in a room with all the paperwork and all the casings of paperwork. What kept you going? Like, where was, like, is it your faith in God? Is it because you're fighting a system based off how I'm watching the documentary, is that there's no faith in that system? You understand what I'm saying? And correct me, feel free to stop me. And so I'm sitting there like, damn. And I remember my friend and business partner, Derek, I'm like, God damn, how did you not stop? You got Frank Rizzo and the whole set. I mean, how did you not stop?
Well, John Africa said the system is controlled by pressure. It ain't controlled by faith in anything. It's only controlled by pressure. And if you don't keep the pressure on them, they will do what they want to do and not what you pressure them to do. And so with that mentality, I said, you know what? We're just going to have to increase the pressure, turn up the pressure. And we're going to turn up the pressure in many different categories. We're going to turn up the pressure in places we haven't done before. We're going to find their weaknesses. We're going to pressure them personally, privately. We're going to pressure them in ways that they feel uncomfortable when they lay their head down at night. See, we hadn't done that before. We're going to pressure them from politicians, from community leaders, from people that live on their street. They're going to know that they're keeping people away from their families. This is not justice. The people that were bombed and murdered on May 13th, 1985, the children, their children were killed, shot to death, and their parents are in prison because someone said they murdered someone. But who's in prison for the murder of those children? So we made it clear to the people that respect. We made it clear to the people that they respect. The parole board, these are the people you respect. And we're going to tell them about what you're about. We're going to tell the people. And we did it in a way that was legal. It was tactful. And it was effective.
Very much effective, right? It worked. What was the first conversation like with? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
First conversation with mom.
Mom came. So the first conversation with mom. Okay, if you ever have the pleasure of meeting my mother, what you will quickly find out about her is that she loves to eat. So one of the first things that we did is we talked about, what she wanted to eat. And, like you can't get what you want in prison. You only get what they give you.
Right.
So she was, you know, for years she had been dreaming about certain foods that she couldn't get.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you know, also like remember, like she went into prison in 1978. It was like her coming from the Flintstones and going into the Jetsons. You know, the cars were different. The cell phones didn't exist in 1978.
I remember the joke at the end of the documentary. You was joking with the phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So one of these things, right?
Yeah.
You know, they were looking at this stuff like this is foreign to them. They don't know nothing about no cell phone, or you put your hand under the faucet and the water run on its own. You know, back then they didn't have to buy water. You wanted water, you just turn your sink on and drink as much as you want. So the first conversations was about that type of stuff, you know. The changes that are, you know, so much is so different now. Those were the first conversations.
So where was the first meal?
The first meal was at a rest stop on the way home.
Uh-huh.
We had to stop to eat. It's a 7-hour drive, so we stopped getting my son to eat. But then we came home. It was the whole family had been at our house, and they prepared the old school 1970s soul food meal.
Okay.
You know, the potato salad and the fried chicken and the mac and cheese and the cake. And it was a lemonade. You know, she came home in June. So it was summertime and the yard was filled with people and the garden was full of fresh vegetables that she could pick and eat. The first meal was a smorgasbord, bro. It was everything.
I bet.
It was everything.
I bet. We got our first caller. 469. What's up?
Peace. What's going on, Fred?
How you feel?
What's going on, brother? Mike Africa Jr.
Brother, peace to you.
I just finished watching your documentary, man. I had tears in my eyes, man. I mean, it's just a beautiful, man. You're a strong black man, man. I got a couple questions I want to ask. Why come y'all didn't go into more detail about John Africa? From what I understand, John Africa was like this super brilliant man, and he beat the feds. Is that true? Did he beat the feds and walk right out of the federal, beat the feds himself?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. You know, the film, let me tell you something, man. Like, that film was almost 2 hours long. And originally, when we did it, we were hoping that it could be used to help get the people out of prison. We had no idea that they were going to get out during the making of it. So the point of it was not so much to tell the story of Move as much as it was to follow Mike Africa Jr. on his journey to free the people from prison. So there was a lot of things that we wished that we could have put in it. There's a lot of history behind the 50-year lifespan of Move. And there are some very spectacular moments within our history, but we just couldn't fit it all in. We just had to focus on Tommy Oliver, the producer and director. He focused on that one, thing so that we could use it for that reason, but we just couldn't fit it all in. But you know what? I think you raised an interesting point, and I think it's a good idea. It gives us the other opportunities to bring out those other stories, and we expect to do that at some point.
Okay. Also, do you think that by showing this documentary, do you think that will help Muhammad get off death row, or do you think that y'all still got work to do on that? And do you plan on telling that story as well?
You said Mumia?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So we're hoping. You know, Mumia is such a big part of Move. That was another part that we regretted not being able to have in there. But we definitely want to use this momentum. If you look at the poster, that it says, if you look at the HBO poster, it says he will never be free until his family comes home. Well, that includes Mumia Abu Jamal. And until he's home, our fight is not over.
Okay, yes, sir, brother. I just want to tell you that that was a beautiful documentary, Fred. Thank you for letting me speak with this great and brilliant brother, and it was just an inspiration. And I'm gonna get back in the chat. Peace to the barbershop, and peace to you, brother.
Hey, peace to you, bro. And I appreciate you bringing up the John Africa versus the system trial, because
Talk
that's
about
like a
that.
footnote in our history. A lot of people don't know about it.
Feel free to take your time and talk about that, if you don't mind. Can you? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Feel
no,
free.
I don't mind at all.
Oh, go ahead.
So John Africa, the founder of the organization, he was on like the government had started trying to say that he was a violent person and he had stockpiled bombs and he was going to try to use them. Quote from the government: John Africa has stockpiled enough bombs to blow up the North Pole. His intentions with the bombs are to blow up the ice caps so that he could flood the earth. And John Africa was like, you know, the furthest thing from him was, you know, something destructive like a bomb. That's not his way. That's not what we're about. We give information, not bomb and kill. The government is about bombing and killing. And so they arrested John Africa. And on May 13th, 1981, they arrested him and said that they were going to put him on trial and he would spend the rest of his life in prison. I think he was facing like 100 years, 175 years in federal prison or something. And while he was there, he now keep in mind, we're talking about a federal government, a Philadelphia federal government, right? The feds had brought in this undefeated prosecutor, undefeated. He never lost a case before. And John Africa was a third grade dropout in West Philly, black man with dreadlocks in 1981. Dreadlocks are popular now, but I can assure you back in 1981, they were not.
Right.
And he went into court. He didn't wear a suit. He had no tie. He wore jeans and a gray sweatshirt. And his hair hanging down. And he represented himself. And he didn't do much objections and sustained and all of that. In fact, he slept through much of the trial. Said, I'm not even objecting. In the beginning of the trial, he made a statement. He said, I'm not even going back and forth with you people playing these games. My innocence is proven in every morsel of food you eat. I'm about protecting life, not destroying it. And I'm not playing these games with y'all. He laid his head down. He put his head on the desk and went to sleep. Most of the trial, he was asleep. And at the end of the trial, after, 2 months of trial, jury came in with a verdict, not guilty. On all accounts, not guilty. John Africa went home that day. It's unprecedented.
Unprecedented, yeah.
Hello?
Mute your phone real quick. Yeah.
Hello?
Mute your phone. Mute your phone. I'll call on you in a sec. Not guilty on all charges. Amazing. Damn. Kenneth Johnson has a question, and then we'll get to the caller. Kenneth Johnson says, did the city of Philly pay for more than the 60 homes that were destroyed in the bombing?
Did they pay for more than the 60 homes? They didn't pay for the 60 homes. They didn't pay for the 60 homes. They awarded the parents of the children that were murdered a settlement.
They did not?
They didn't give any money.
Wow.
No money was given to any of the parents of the adults or the children of the adults or the families of the adults. My family didn't get a cent for the murder of John Africa or him or my cousin Frank, who was in the house, or my Aunt Louise. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
When that bomb was dropped and the fire burned 61 homes to the ground, 250 people were left homeless immediately. And the government, with their hellish nerve, continued to send my aunt water bills for that house. water bills for years. The house was taken by eminent domain. The property, the land was taken by eminent domain. And they gave my aunt $60,000, or they tried to give her $60,000, a check that she wouldn't cash because she refused to accept that for what they did to her house and her family. But even with the $60,000 they tried to give her, they also deducted the water bills for the couple of years that they sent water bills that she didn't pay.
Government's insane. 815, go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing, Barbershop?
How you feel, man?
Doing, Barbershop?
Oh, I appreciate
I'm good,
you.
bro.
Thank you.
All right, shout out to Blue Plus Sports because they told me to come here afterwards because I don't get y'all notifications no more for some weird reason.
Okay.
But you know, I want to ask Africa, you know, what does he think about spirituality? You know, like in these situations that happen, like what if black people pray together for real? I ain't talking about praying to no one else, to pray to themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like inside, and they hope for. You know what I'm saying? Like a deepness in their soul, like what we used to have back in the day. You know what I'm saying? If you know about history, you know what I'm saying, how we do things. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear his question.
He wanted to know what's your take on spirituality and should black people.
I'm saying,
okay,
I've been looking at a lot of things, you know, about, you know, black history. You know what I'm saying? And black history was mostly spiritual, not religious. You know what I'm saying? It was religious, but it was mostly spiritual. It's feeling of whatever you want, like feeling. Like when I mean feeling, okay, when a black person walk, everybody want to walk like a black person. You got me? Okay. So when black people sing, everybody want to sing like a black person. You know, America, everything in America musically is black people. You know what I'm saying? Swag is black people. You know what I'm saying? So why can't we pray together in a different way? You understand what I mean? Like we pray together in a different way for peace and prosperity among each other. You know what I'm saying? Do you think it would be a better outcome?
I do know what you're saying. You know, it makes me think of Harriet Tubman and how she said she could have freed a lot more slaves if they realized they were slaves. Let me tell you something, bro.
Good.
Black people, we got more flack from black people than we got from anybody.
I know.
They were ashamed of us. They were ashamed of us.
Who's they?
They believed
they being more black people. They being other black people.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
We got more flack from black people in our community than we got from anybody. They were ashamed of us.
Right.
They thought we should have combed our hair. They thought that revolution don't look like what you talking about. Revolution looks like Martin Luther King in a suit and a tie. That's the package it's supposed to come in. You know, they ain't think that you can have any type of like, you know, wild looking folks that's revolutionary, because that's not how you're supposed to do it. And the reality is this.
I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
The reality is this. The people in a suit and ties getting killed just like the people wearing the dreadlocks. If you speaking the truth, it really don't matter who you are. The government will kill you. Judy Barry was an environmentalist, a white environmentalist from the West Coast. And she was talking about protecting the environment. The government put a bomb under her car seat in her car and blew her up. The government don't care who you are when you start speaking. Look at Eric Snowden. That boy ain't never coming back to the U.S. And he is white as the snow, like his name Snowden. Black people got to come together if we're going to make any type of change. And we have to absolutely find a way to corral as many of us as we can to get on the same page so that we can work together and do what we got to do together so that we can protect each other and uplift each other. You know, and that's scary to some people, even some black people. I mentioned Tulsa, Oklahoma earlier.
Yes.
Tulsa, Oklahoma, they had over 600 businesses. They had their own trash pickup. They had their own banks. They had their own barbershops. They had their own shoe stores. They had their own clothing stores. They had their own schools. They had their own everything. And the government didn't like that
the Black Wall Street
because they were self-sufficient.
Okay.
So what they do? They came and dropped bombs on them. Not a bomb, bombs on them. You know, black, they don't want us to have nothing. They don't want us to prosper, man. They want us to be subservient to them and being like them. But you're right. We gotta and see, I'm not really big on labels. Like spirituality to me is important, but for some people, they not really spiritual. They more like on the religious type tip. But if they religion gets them there to where we gotta go, I'll take that. I'll take that. If your religion makes it so that you get on the same page that the people that understand is at, so that you can connect with the people that are spiritual and using that spirituality to move. Hey, I'll take. Let's go.
Okay, so hey, after you listening?
Yeah, we can hear you guys.
So, okay, so shout out to you, barbershop too. But you know, okay, I was looking up the other day. It's called heart coherence. You know what I mean? Basically, they say your heart 40,000
heart coherent.
Yeah, heart coherence. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Basically, you know, quantum physics and all this other bullshit. They starting to find out through science. Basically, your heart does 10 times the job as your brain does. The heart is the leader. You know what I'm saying? And black people have heart. Heart is feeling. Heart is emotion. That's why when somebody say, "Oh, you hurt my feelings" or whatever it may be, they say you broke my heart, or they say I love you. Oh, that's my nigga. That's my G. You know what I mean? That's all from the heart. That's not from the mind. Everybody know that, because if you put your hand wherever you're gonna put your hand when you say that phrase, you're gonna put it on your heart. You know what I'm saying? Because we naturally as a people we know better. You know what I'm saying? It's instilled in our blood and our DNA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I think, and I appreciate that comment. You know, like one of the reasons why I don't know if you've seen 40 Years a Prisoner, but
no, I have
that's
not.
one of the reasons why we did it the way we did it. Check out 40 Years a Prisoner. It's on HBO Max. It's the film about my quest to free my parents, and it's a microcosm of how we can get people free, you know, in this country. You have to lead with love. Che Guevara said, every revolution starts with a deep sense of love. You got that's what it's all about. People that love their family, that want to see them protected. People that love their community, that want to see them protected. You know, love thy neighbor, love thyself. I 100% agree with that. And we gotta instill that into our children and into our children's children, so that, you know, we allow that to lead us, because the love that people have in them is what generates the protection, and the lack thereof is what creates apathy. And they don't mind seeing what happens to people. They don't have the feelings in them to even care about what's happening to people. So I feel you on that, bro. Full show.
Yeah, but I was gonna say something if I may. No disrespect. No disrespect. Can I speak?
Who?
I said I wanted to say something else if I could talk.
Yeah, hurry up. We got one more question. What's up? Go ahead.
Well, it's one more thing too. You know, they said like going into this brain state. You know, it's a tribe in Kenya, man. These people can do amazing things. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about spiritually. They look like Chinese people, but they black. You know what I'm saying? But they do their shamans, they dance, they eat hot coals. It's not voodoo. You know what I'm saying? Voodoo is misunderstood, first of all, but it's definitely not voodoo. You know what I'm saying? But they go and do these things and they say it's all through the heart.
Yeah. Can you make out what he's saying? Nah, we can't make out what you're saying.
It's hard to hear him.
It's hard to make out what you're saying. You got that Obama phone.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so basically it's this tribe in South Kenya. Mm-hmm. You know, they look like Chinese people, but they black. But these people can do amazing things. Like I said, stand on fire, eat hot coals, do all that. You know what I'm saying? Don't cut the chase. You know what I'm saying? But they can do all this, you know, and they base it on through the heart. You know what I'm saying? which is, I'm not trying to confront any other race or something like that, but when it comes to heart, that's the feeling and emotions. Everybody want to feel our emotions. We're not going around doing everybody else dances and whatever. Everybody come to us, but we the most hated thing in the world. But everybody want to do what we do, but they hate us at the same time. Not all of them, you know what I'm saying that. But not most of them, but some of them. You know what I'm saying? Black people just don't walk around saying they don't like somebody. They say this person made me mad. They don't say pink, they don't say nigga or whatever. They say this person made me mad. We're not raised like that. But what I'm saying is, if we're not in tune with our heart, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else can love us and hate us at the same time, but we don't love each other. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, if we started trying to have our own heart coherence and start breathing into what we really are, because no matter where you go in this world, everybody want to be us. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, we love ourselves enough. I'm not saying y'all don't. I'm not saying
What's
I
the
do,
question?
but
You got
most
a
of us
question?
don't.
What's the question?
If we started preaching this, then how would it go? What do you think? Because the religion is not working.
All right. I think you answered that already. I think you asked that when you first came on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did.
Religion ain't.
Of it, though. Like I tell you, okay, it's different.
Man, hey, can we get to the next call?
Like this, one more thing.
No, man, we appreciate you calling in. You long-winded. I appreciate you, man. 13 minutes, man. You can't get your point in 13 minutes. Man. All right, we got our first B-man, man. What's up? Real rap. Go ahead, man. Before Real Rap goes, Mike Weary, the great, wants to know about what's your thoughts on we need a black code of ethics.
A black code of ethics?
Yes. What's your take on that?
You know, I think we already got a black code of ethics. We just ain't exercising it enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have that. I mean, you see it in these films and these movies and these shows. You see it. People talk about what your mama would do if you do so and so and so and so. We have it. It's just you know, we got to exercise it and we got to teach it more. You know, here in Philly, one of the things we're trying to do is we're trying to get more monuments and more statues of black people that like represent the people. You know, in the city of Philadelphia, that is 50% black. There are over 1,500 statues in the city, but there's only 3 or 4 that represent black people. There's a fictional character by the name of Rocky Balboa. He never was a real fighter, but there's a statue of him that thousands and hundreds of thousands of people come to see every year at the Philadelphia Art Museum.
Yep.
Now, there's a real fighter here by the name of Bernard Hopkins, who was the light heavyweight champion of the world at the age of 50. There's no statue for him.
Andrew.
When you have these things put in place, what they become is teaching tools.
Yeah.
And, you know, the ethics come from the teaching. It comes in the upbringing. And if we can teach these things about who these people are, who black people are, then that comes in with the, you know, and ethics is all mixed into that. But we've been taught that Christopher Columbus discovered America. We've been taught that George Washington is the father of our country. Not, you know, Leonard Peltier's people, you know, not Sacagawea's people. No, a white man from England. You know, when he got here, there was 100 million natives, but they're not the fathers and mothers of this country. Some white man from thousands of miles away is. Don't make no sense. They want to lock black people up for graffiti, and the ultimate disgrace of graffiti, of tagging, is what they did in Mount Rushmore, blowing up stone in the face of, and making it the face of some white men. You know, but we gotta build our own and teach our own, so that we can develop this thing and nurture this thing called ethics. Because if we don't,
ethics. Yeah.
We're gonna have our kids running around worshiping some show enough devils.
Mhm.
So I agree. Get them ethics. Let's get them things cooking like Sunday dinner.
Yeah, real rap.
Yo, salute to the brother. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the barbershop. Salute to everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the family. Hey, you led and segued perfect. You know what I'm saying? As far as what you said with Columbus, getting here, and discovering, like, number one, people don't understand Columbus was helped to get here by Black Europeans. An assistant on that voyage. He was not the main explorer. You know what I'm saying? You have other Spanish explorers who had came before, and colonized parts of Mexico. Um, you also have people that came to Louisiana, where I'm currently from. My name is Real Rap, and I'm a studier of. I'm a. Hey, you probably got to go on mute, bro. You got to put your thing on mute. Somebody's got to go on mute for it. It's some feed.
All right.
It's some feedback.
Go ahead.
Okay, cool. What I was saying.
I'll back in when he talks.
For sure. To kind of reiterate what I was saying is, my name is Real Rap. I'm from Louisiana, and I was going in on Columbus. Not being the first to discover anything here. There was already indigenous people here. You know what I'm saying? There were Aborigine Black people that were already here. They would be considered Black today. You know what I'm saying? But these are the original people of America that America will not teach about in the school systems, because they don't want to teach Black people that there were multiple civilizations of Black people around the world. You know what I'm saying? There were indigenous Black people of the Americas, North and Central and South, as well as what would be considered Canada. As well as there was the so-called Black rulership of Europe, as well as the great civilizations in Africa. Now, what the brother said that called before, one thing that like Daddy said inspired a great answer from the brother with Harriet Tubman. But I was in the chat saying, if they knew who they were and that they were already here, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a narrative that they try to teach in the school system about this Atlantic slave trade. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but to the impact, because a lot of those people that were told that they were slaves were prisoners of war on this landmass. So salute to you, brother, man, because it sounds like you're doing some great work out here, and that's one of the things that I try to put people on, is having pride. You know what I'm saying? And who we are, and yes, we can come together, and that's the thing. In order to be able to get what I call pale face, you know what I'm saying, what I call people that run this system, in order to get them out of here, in my opinion, it would take the coming together of the nations and the brothers in America, to get together with the brothers in Africa, and to get together with the brothers in Europe, and to get together with the brothers around the country on the islands. You know what I'm saying? Because they have colonized, and they have colonized all of us, you know what I'm saying, at different times in history. And I tell people all the time, to have an individual hand, to have individual fingers, for me to poke someone in the eye, you know what I'm saying, it may blur their vision, you know what I'm saying, it may temporarily take them out. But for me to put these fingers together, you know what I'm saying, with the goal all being the same, which is to knock something the fuck out, excuse my language, you know what I'm saying? Now we doing something, you know what I'm saying? Because now we have that energy, that vibration, you know what I'm saying? We have those roots, because I tell people, Black people come from roots, you know what I'm saying? We come from the earth. There is no other explanation of how we got here before, and how we've always been here before time. There is no other explanation in saying that we come from the earth. You know what I'm saying? We are the earth people. That's why we have this hue, you know what I'm saying? This copper brown, this copper color hue, the hue that they hate, you know what I'm saying? Like the sun, like that's the thing too. How, like with this Christianity shit, how can somebody whose religion has only been here, they say 2,000 years, you know what I'm saying, which is nothing. You come to an indigenous land who's always been here, who's always had a spiritual system, you know what I'm saying? Whose spiritual system and year and calendar went off nature, you know what I'm saying? Who, when the new year came, the new year right now, this would be the end, you know what I'm saying? Because there's no harvest. We've already gathered our crops and we've prospered, and we thank the sun, we've thanked nature, you know what I'm saying? We've thanked Mother Earth and you know what I'm saying, the sky, Father Sky. Like, so we have this group of people that are barely making it, suffering, you know what I'm saying? And they have no idea on how they're going to make it in this land. They come here to trade, and they come here to try to start a currency system. You know what I'm saying? And you try to completely wipe out a nation that helped you to survive. Same thing with Europe, same thing with Africa. You know what I'm saying? These people do not change the stripes, man. So like, that's why I say, like, for us, it would take a effort to come together. I don't try to preach that negativity shit that other caller came up with. So to all that being said, brother, like with the movements that we have out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't ask for solutions, but like, what's some of the things that like you've done as far as like with the with like your group, or like some of the things that you've put out there for our people in order for us to come closer together?
You know, the thing that you can put together to bring people together better than anything is food, feeding people. You know, one of the things that we did was we had like we would grow our own food. I grow my own food in my yard. Like for 3 seasons, I don't buy produce, and then we take that produce and we give it to people in our crew, in our group, and we encourage other people to do the same thing. Information, you know, we would have study sessions and just talk to people, invite them in and just talk to them about who we are, what we're about, and encourage them to do what we're doing. And, you know, my neighbor, you know, now he does it. And my neighbor to my left and my right, now, you know, so I don't grow certain things because they grow it, and then they don't grow certain things because I grow it, and we share. You know, it's important to work together. You know, and how they say, many hands make light work. You know, and so, you know, and unity is important. You know, unity is important. Another way is we inform. You know, it's important to give people information so that they, you know, so that they understand the value in it. You know what I'm saying? People that ain't never grew their own tomato, they don't know what a tomato tastes like. You know, if you rely on the supermarket to give you tomatoes, your tomatoes ain't gonna be like the ones I got in my garden. I promise you. I got peppers in my garden that when you cut them open, fire starts spewing out the front of it. You know what I mean? And also, like I said, just information, man. Like America's biggest import and export is entertainment, and there's a reason for that. The reason is because people love to be entertained. Entertainers get paid more than doctors, lawyers. They get paid more than school teachers. They get paid more than Marines and Army, and they get paid more than anybody in this country. Why? Because people love entertainment. People will pay more for entertainment than they will pay for anything. Why? Because entertainment connects people and makes them feel good, and people are more involved, and they're more interested in making themselves feel good than they are doing anything else. People will do a drug that they know will kill them if it make them feel good. They'll you know, wreck their home trying to see somebody else just because it makes them feel good. They know what's going to happen, but they do it anyway because they feel good. And that's the same thing with music. It makes you feel good. It's the same thing with watching a basketball game, and you see LeBron James go up for that, you know what I'm saying? And you like it. It's hot. It's exciting. It makes you feel good. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that information and using, like the brother was saying about heart, I think that is true. If you touch people in a certain place, and you touch them you know, and timing is important too. But if you touch them with information and you can give them something that makes them feel encouraged by it, yeah, people will move. People will move. We've seen people move and rise up in this year with the killing of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery and Walter Wallace Jr. We've seen people rise up. They were touched. More people saw it than ever before, and more people took to the streets than ever before, you know, because they were touched by it. So, you know, lead with love, man.
Facts, bro. Facts. I agree, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people like, it's important, for us to take back like certain areas, you know what I'm saying? Like that's definitely one is agriculture, because that's that was the like the lifeblood of us, you know what I'm saying, was growing our own crops, you know what I'm saying, being able to feed our people, you know what I'm saying, being able to self-sustain. That's what you always want to do, because if you ever have like a war time, or a time of war, or a time where you're in conflict, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna want to be able to sustain, without having outside influence if they can't get to you, because for whatever reason, you're barricaded, or anything like that with the enemy. And that's one thing that I'm starting to get into. I'm starting to like do knowledge on is land, you know what I'm saying, land patents, like mineral rights, getting the rights back to the land, and like through legal. Um I know some brothers feel different, you know what I'm saying? Some brothers feel um like we should take the land back, because as indigenous people, as melanated people of the land, who this was ours already anyway. I was gonna ask, like, how do you feel about that? For me, I'm big on my Second Amendment rights, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put you in a certain type of question, but I'll just keep it general. But for me, I believe in my Second Amendment rights, and for me, I believe, like, with these vaccines, for instance, I'll add that to the question too. Like, nobody's gonna make me take a vaccine. Nobody's gonna force me to put a foreign substance in my body that I don't agree with, or I don't agree with my family, you know what I'm saying, taking as well. So I tell people, I don't say this to scare them or anything like that, but I tell them, if you do nothing else, take care of you and your family. And the same thing with this land, to protect your land. With the story that you said, prayers go to those families. High vibrations and high energy goes to those families. I definitely empathize with that story, and with those families. And I'll get to a story in a second after I ask this question. But I was gonna ask, bro, like, how do you feel about with the land, and then these vaccines, as far as dealing with that, you know what I'm saying, and the possible use of your Second Amendment, right?
I mean, well, as far as the land is concerned, if it's your land, use it. And if it's not your land and you need it, use it. And that's how I feel about that. Use it. I mean, I don't think you should go take somebody else's land if they're using it. You know what I'm saying? But if it's available land and it ain't being used, use it. And as far as the vaccine, if that vaccine can do what an onion can without the side effects, like the onion don't have side effects except for bad breath for a couple minutes, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Onions do me fine, do me swell. As far as the Second Amendment right, you're right. I mean, that's really all there is to it. It's a right. It's a right. It's something that was put in place because it's a need for it. So if it's your right, then it's your right. I mean, you got the right to self-defense. Now, now here's the thing, though. There's a difference between violence and self-defense. They're two very different things. And I don't promote violence, but I absolutely promote self-defense, because it's right to self-defense. Everybody has the right to self-defense. If somebody hurt you or hurt your family or whatever, you got the right to defend them, and I think you should. But I ain't about violence. I don't think people should go with hurting somebody and doing something to somebody for no reason. Mm-mm.
I agree.
Oh, real rap.
Hey man, appreciate you taking the time. Appreciate you taking the time, man. Respect, and love for sure.
What's the moving forward? It's 2021 now. What's some solutions that we should do? And part two, do you have any affiliation or was there any type of collaboration with NOI, the Black Panther, anything as such with the Move organization?
So I mean, some of the members of the organization are former Black Panthers, and some of them are former members of the Nation of Islam. Some of our members are married to members of the Nation of Islam. I've met with and spoke with the brother minister, Honorable Louis Farrakhan, on more than one occasion. In fact, my grandmother visited him in his house several times. We're very, very closely connected. Very.
Wow. What's a solution? You said food brings us together. What's a solution? Okay, before I ask that, do you have faith in the government?
In the government? Yeah, I got faith that they'll continue to be the rotten merchants they are. Yeah, I got faith that they ain't never going to stop killing us unless we stop them. Yeah, I got faith that they're going to continue to pillage every corner of the globe until they control and destroy everything. I got faith in that with them. I ain't got no faith that they ever going to do anything good for us. Not unless they're forced to.
What's your protocol when and if you get pulled over by the police now, knowing your history? DB, feel free to call in. Go ahead.
So when I get pulled over by the police, because it happens, I follow the rules. You know, license, registration, and insurance. Here you go. All right, you want to give me a ticket? All right, I'll take my ticket and I'll pay my ticket. If you know, some fights ain't worth fighting.
Oh, absolutely right. You don't want to go out like that. Right.
What's the point of that?
Mm-hmm.
Give me my ticket. All right. See you next time.
Why didn't you leave Philadelphia?
We did. We went to Richmond, Virginia. We were there for 3 years trying to get away from the confrontational stuff. And they arrested us there and brought us back.
So why come back to Philadelphia?
Because this is where we were. Like, this is our home base, and we had the most support here. Like, if we have support here that we don't have in other places, and trying to rebuild somewhere else left us vulnerable, because most of the members were in prison, and there was just a few women that were able to start somewhere else, and they had a bunch of kids, and they were very vulnerable. So, you know, even though we had a lot of enemies here, we had a lot more support here too. So it was just a safer thing to do. Trust me, I thought about it many times. I wanted to roll out plenty of times. Man, as soon as I get myself a chance, as soon as I get grown, I'm out of here. I'm leaving the country. You know what I'm saying? Why are we here? Like, believe me, I thought about it. But you know, we just found ourselves in a better situation here. I wanted to go to Cuba. You know what I'm saying? You know, that was my thinking. Let's go to Cuba. And, you know, but it just didn't work out that way.
DB.
Peace, family. Mike Africa Jr. in the building. How you doing, brother?
Peace to you, brother. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm feeling good that you have a new lease on life, man. For real.
Thank you.
I have a question. So Tommy Oliver made a phenomenal film, and, you know, all the small things that he did, but also taking that long 7.5-hour drive up to Cambridge Springs with you. What does he mean to you, and what's your personal relationship like with him now?
Tommy now, like, he's probably one of my best friends. Like, yeah, probably. I mean, we call each other all the time. just, hey, how you doing? How's the kids? You know, we know each other's families. You know, we know each other's kids. We know each other's wives. We know each other's story. Tommy has a very interesting story himself. You know, born in the crack era. You know, so just having both of us being two black guys from the city of Philadelphia going through these crazy things. There's different circumstances, but nevertheless, suffering is suffering. And so now, like, after experiencing that whole, like, creating that documentary and learning each other, I think Tommy and I will be lifelong friends, unless, you know, barring some act of what they call it, force majeure. Force majeure, you know. Tommy and I are great, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. Fred kind of alluded to this, but if you could elaborate a little bit more. What does Huey P. Newton and Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad mean to you? And also, was there any inspiration from the NOI and the original Black Panther Party?
For Move or for me personally?
You personally.
You know, I study. I'm kind of a historian of Move. I'm definitely a historian of Move, but in regard to other great men and women that made some tremendous strides in terms of giving information to the people, Dr. Khalid. And listen, I listened to some of his speeches and I said, they killed that man. They did because like the same reason they killed Malcolm, like the same reason they killed Che. You know what I'm saying? Like, they couldn't let those kind of minds get stronger and develop more than they already were. They had to get rid of them. And somebody that the government feels they need to get rid of because they're a threat, because their intellect is too high, their ability to move the people with their message is too strong, those are the people that you got to pay attention to. Those are the people you got to learn from. Those are the people you sit yourself down and let yourself be tutored. Let yourself be mentored by Dr. Khalid. You know, like that information, Dr. Huey P. Newton, like you can't do nothing but respect and listen to his message, unless you're a fool, because the message is so potent about leadership and about strategy and about how we take the steps toward resisting this system. You know, like Che and Fidel Castro, this tiny little country just south of Miami that held off the United States for all of these years. How? Why? Like, the kind of power that it takes to hold off this country, right? Like, black people been in this country and we can't hold them off. Fidel right there, man, they could blow up the entire island with a missile and they didn't. Why? Fidel. Che, the Cuban Revolution. You know what I'm saying? And that's power. That's power. Che, like, when Fidel passed, he was like, no, don't build no statues of me. Don't make no monuments of Fidel, because this ain't about me. It's about the people. That in itself is powerful, because it ain't. He's saying, like, nah, don't have people worshiping me and watering down the message that the need for the protection of the people is imminent. And you know, so yeah, like Dr. Huey P. Khalid Muhammad, everybody. I'm talking about everybody. And I don't care what religion you from. If you speaking some real truth, that's what's up. I'm rolling with you. I don't care what religion it is, what nation it is, what color it is, really. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's something that's real and coming from the original place, man, that's what I'm talking about. That's where we're supposed to be going.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. So John Africa, your great uncle believed in preserving and protecting life, you know, people, animals, and environment. And he also believed in abiding by or living by certain dietary laws. does that mean that the people that were in the movement were plant-based, vegan, or vegetarian?
That was his See, John Africa was beyond this box that people, you know what I'm saying, like that the society have kind of created. Like, you think about natural law, natural stuff, natural law. It ain't really got no shape to it like that. It's like water. It flows, it moves, and you got to move with it. You know, like if you rolling on you know, like the nomads, and it's wintertime, ain't no corn growing, ain't no vegetables popping up out the ground. You got to eat something though. So his thing was more about doing what was necessary and less about trying to confine himself to something that might be impossible. So like when he was rolling on his trips and he was riding his bike across states, you know, through states riding a bike, you know, when he would stop past farms and he would grab food that he could eat, sometimes he ain't had no vegetables to eat. You know what I'm saying? And so he did what he had to do. But, you know, if you can help it, your body is definitely a plant-based machine, like, you know, natural thing. But it also can tolerate a lot of other things. But you got to be careful because, like, people will do plant-based stuff and then they'll go into trying to create something that's so close to the taste of meat that it ain't even good for you no more. You know what I'm saying? Just because it ain't got no meat product in it, that don't mean it ain't chemical. Chemical is worse than meat. You know what I mean? But then there was some people that was definitely vegan. Move ain't monolithic. You know what I'm saying? What I eat is what I eat. And that's between me and my grub. The brother next to me, the sister next to me, they may eat something else. That's their decision. You know, but the you know, John Africa thing was, his thing was raw. You know, it comes raw. That's how you're supposed to consume it. You know, that's what his thing was. Wasn't just the thing about meat, because he ate eggs. Right. Rocky style.
So, let me ask you this. What would be different in 2020 and 2021 if John Africa was still here with us today?
You would see a stronger move. You know, move is strong, but if John Africa was here, you just see a stronger move. The government killed Dr. Khaled. They killed Dr. Huey P. They killed Che Guevara. They killed John Africa. There's a reason for that. They dropped a bomb on John Africa. There's a reason for that. It just would be a stronger move. And move being a stronger move would just make a stronger, you know, me and you know what I'm saying? It's just a stronger, instead of being 100 strong people, will be 200 strong people. That's all. That's what be the difference. But 200 is a lot more than 100. You know, so that's what you would see. The people in the MOVE organization are dedicated to the belief system because John Africa gave it to them and they dedicated to him. But they didn't teach this stuff to themselves. They didn't practice it on their own. He encouraged them and pushed them and talked them into it. So if he was here, he would just be doing it and leading by example, and they would be clearer in their direction without making as many mistakes. Plus, he was a lot older than the other people too, so he had experiences that they didn't have. So it would just be a easier transition to, like, you know, being more righteous than they already were.
Yeah, I like that answer. Thank you for that. And so when it comes to politics, I mean, if it's just your own individual idea or for the movement, like in terms of politics, what do you feel is the most important to our communities?
In terms of politics, I think the most important thing is, I think that the most important thing in our community is govern your own community. We don't need the police to come in our community and govern it if we don't need the police. You know, I think that it's important for us to push for having the proper resources in our community so that we're not a lacking community, so that we don't even need outside influences. You know, if they say prison is a microcosm of society, right? Inside the prisons, the people that had, when the prisons offered boxing programs and music programs and sports programs, basketball, softball, they had Latin programs for the Spanish brothers, and there was all of these different things that people could get involved in to occupy their minds and occupy their time. And when those things were in place, people weren't fighting each other as much. They were not killing each other as much because they were working together. If I'm a horn player, you a drummer, and this guy's a keyboardist, we got ourselves the opportunity to make a nice little band. But if we don't have no band, you know, who cares if you stab Hector? He don't mean nothing to me. You know, but when you're working together, when you're playing together, when you're building together, doing things together, you don't want to see Hector get shanked. You know what I'm saying? And more than that, idle minds is the devil's playground. You ain't got nothing to do. Give your kids something to do. If the kids ain't got nothing to do, you got to worry about what they doing. And that's just regular human nature. And that's how it is. They took the sports side of schools. They took gym out of schools. They took home economics out of schools. They took building and trades. We used to have wood shop. We used to have metal shop. By the time you finished high school back in 1982, you was able to get a job anywhere. You was prepared for whatever you was trying. You had your license when you got out of school. Now, man, they done stripped it down so much. People got so much time on their hands. They just stand on the corner and just do whatever. You know what I'm saying? The opportunities are gone. They're giving the jobs away to white people that don't even have to work for them. They already got money. You know what I'm saying? But when you take away the resources from our community and then go give it to a police station so that they can buy more guns and buy more tasers and buy more handcuffs and buy more blackjacks and build their police stations and get more cops, man, that's when crime go up.
Absolutely.
The police ain't the answer to crime. If they're the answer to crime, then how come crime is increasing? 492 people been killed in the city just this year. Just this year. But we got more cops than we ever had before. They just built a $1 billion police precinct down the way, and they got a bar inside of it and a banquet hall inside of it, and they got more cops inside of it. And they're talking about increasing the budget by $10 million more. But they just increased it $54 million the term before. And crime ain't gotten better. It's the worst year of police violence we had since 1990 something. So if police is the answer to crime, then I'm trying to figure out why the crime is increasing. They ain't the answer to crime. The answer to crime is giving people peace, giving them what they need. But hungry people don't steal food. Hungry people steal food. Full people don't steal food. You know what I'm saying? For people, nobody hunting on a full stomach. People is hungry. They hungry. They starving. Give them something to eat. Give them some food. Don't take the welfare away and then wonder why people stealing for food. That's crazy. But the system ain't working. The system is not failing. It's doing exactly what it's designed to do. You know, keep the black people down and build. Look, check this out. I remember when I was a kid, hip hop was not allowed on MTV. Black people they weren't allowed on MTV. Michael Jackson broke the mold. That song that he came out with, Thriller, was so good, they couldn't help but bring it on. And that paved the way for other people. Hip hop was seen as trash music. They didn't want nothing to do with it. But if you look up hip hop on Instagram or not on Instagram, on Google right now, you probably see a couple of white kids in colorful clothes. You ain't going to see Beat Street. You're not going to see Run DMC. You're not going to see Ozone and Turbo. You're going to see a couple of white kids.
Yep.
Shout out, hey, rest in peace to the brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's tragic. You know, they want to take everything that we got, everything that we create. They want to scoff at it and trash it and demean us for doing it at first. But when they find a way to market it and sell it and make money off of it and control it, just like they did marijuana and alcohol.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you these last two quick questions before we get you out of here. This is one that I think people in the community want to hear. Who's the best hip hop artist out of Philly?
Out of Philly?
Period.
It's like, no. Out of Philly, you know, there's a lot of Philly hip hop artists. Right now, I'm listening to my brother Del P. I like Del P.
Spell it.
Okay.
DELL-PEE. I like him right now. But the best all time is Black Thought.
Oh.
Okay. Good answer.
The best all time is Black
I'm
Thought.
rocking with you.
You know, but my
We're
favorite
now
rapper
rocking with
growing
that.
up was Big Daddy Kane. And look, Public Enemy, Big Daddy Kane, and Ice Cube had a song called Burn Hollywood Burn.
Yes.
That was my favorite track back then.
Still a dope track. Yeah. So my last thing before we get you out of here. So I know that to me, the documentary was a story about politics, the move, family, resurrection, resolve, and a whole lot more. So what do you see in the near future for you, Tommy, Big Mike, Debbie, in the near future and also long term? And then finally, you can close out with, you have the ear and attention of the barbershop in the whole world. What do you leave us with?
So the first thing that I want to say about what I see for us in the future, I think we see more of what we saw on 40 Years a Prisoner. You know, that film got a lot of attention and got a lot of love, and we see more of that. We see more films like that, more from us. The love story of my mom and dad, bro, let me tell you.
Wow.
They've been together since 1969.
Wow.
They had their little breakups here and there as teenagers do. But for the most part, man, since 1969, 40 years is a long time to do anything. But to be in prison and stay together, I asked my dad, I said, hey, Pop, you've been home, you did 40 years in prison. I ain't got a lot of money. But if whatever you want, now that you're free, you can have it. I'll make it happen. I don't care what it is. My dad said, man, he said, Mike, I only want one thing. He said, I want to marry your mom. I want to marry your mom like I should have done 40 years ago. And we hooked that up. And we made the cake, with the 4-tier cake for their wedding. And 300 of their closest family and friends came, packed the church, and they did that. You know, and like that's a heck of a story. Just the love, you know, between Black people. You know, so many broken homes in the Black community. Like, we want to encourage people that there is a love that is powerful, that done withstood a whole lot of adversity and still standing strong today. Like, you know, just because Bill Cosby made people mad when he did what he did, or they accused him of doing what he did, and now they don't want to show the Cosby Show no more, that don't mean that Black love in a wholesome family, you know, don't exist. That don't mean that one wasn't right, you know. But that's something we're going to try to make that happen. And, you know, I guess the thing that I would leave people with is, you know, one thing that I always tell people is anything that's worth doing is worth doing right. Anything that's worth fighting for is worth fighting for it until you achieve your goal. And never give up. If I had given up, my parents would still be in prison.
Man. Oh, man, this was great having you here today, man. Thank you for your time, the education, your love, the activism, and all that you do for our community and our people, man. And I just want to say on behalf of, you know, me, Fred, and the rest of the barbershop, man, we really, really appreciate and love you.
Appreciate you back. I love you back, y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure for me. You know, follow me on Instagram at MikeAfricaJr.com. Mike Africa Jr. If you want to get in touch with me on my website, you know, MikeAfricaJr.com. Stay in touch with me. We got a lot of other things coming up, working on a lot of really, really cool projects that's going to, you know, illuminate our story and bring a lot of hope and joy to a lot of other people's.
Thank you, man. It was and you were easy to get a hold of too. I saw it on Monday. I mean, I saw it that Saturday night. I said, man, we gotta have him in the shop. We gotta, and then 48 hours later, you confirmed, man. That was pretty dope, man. Shout out to
Yeah, man.
PPD.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, shout out to
Thank you,
PPD. We
bro.
call her PPD in here. I don't know what you call it. We call her PPD, the producer, you
Oh
know.
yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. Shout out to PPD.
Yeah,
PPD.
that's what we call her. Yeah, that's what we call her in
Shout
the
out to
shop.
PPD. Thank you, PPD.
Yeah, yeah, she got that. Yeah. That's the sauce name. You know what I mean? That's the extra sauce that the white people can't duplicate. You know what I mean? But
There
yeah,
you
man,
go.
we totally appreciate you coming, and I mean, feel free to use this as an asset anytime. You know, at any even if it's at a moment's notice. You know,
I appreciate that.
more than
I got it
welcome.
locked in.
For sure, man. Thank you for coming to the shop, man. It was a pleasure, truly pleasure having, and tell your mom, dad, and every descendant of the Africa family. Thank you. And I'll leave you with this too. As I watched the documentary and I did the research, it's funny how I grew up a state next to you and how they made Mike Africa to be a crazy man. I grew up in New
Yeah.
York, and I said, damn, they made Mike Africa to be a crazy man. And it's funny how, like, when you learn how to teach yourself, how the truth just unfolds, and you like just want to, like, it's just amazing how they corrupt our minds. You know what I mean? Corrupt our minds
No
and
doubt.
make us believe Christopher Columbus, you know, the forefathers of this country, you know, and the list goes on and on and on. And it's just phenomenal to actually have you in the
Yeah.
barbershop and tell your mom and dad we said thank you, you know, for
Thank you.
sure.
Appreciate you, man.
All the time.
Remember, if they got the pen and they got the paper, they can make up any story they want.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. You got to take the
Right.
pen.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming in here tonight, for sure.
Thank you, brother.
Thank Appreciate
Talk
you,
soon.
King.
All right.
Oh yeah, please.
Peace.
Thank you. Hey, that was awesome. Awesome stuff. Awesome. How awesome was that? So for those of you who just tuning in, do your research on the Africa family. That's equivalent to like like the King family. It's equivalent to Shabazz family. You know, it's that equivalent. So now that you can wrap your head around it, it's pretty phenomenal, you know. So and I remember growing up in New York and Africa and John Africa, they called him crazy, and it's funny how the Shakur family, yeah, the list goes on and on, you know. And only God knows, or I don't know if I use the term God, but it's we'll never know how amazing the Shabazz family, the King family, the Khalid Muhammad family, the Africa family could have been, you know, because you know you chop the head off and the body just bleeds to death, you know. So you know, so that's where I'm at. But you know, we'll never know. But the most amazing thing is that someone's up next, you know. They're probably playing basketball at your local park right now, you know. So
Or they're probably in a room reading something right
probably
now.
in a room reading right now, you know. So it's just a phenomenal story. It's just a phenomenal story. Feel free to do your research on Mike Africa. You know, I mean John Africa, excuse me. It's just yeah, so but yeah, man, that's where we're at, man. So what's up, man?
Oh man, yeah, it's so much, man. Like I have so many more questions, and you know, of course, everybody gets a chance to get in there, and you know, we want to get the guest out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, he stayed longer. I was shocked he stayed that long.
Say it again.
I was shocked, and this is why I'm telling y'all, if we only got the guest for an hour, y'all niggas super chatting in. I'm telling y'all niggas, y'all super chatting in. Real Rap took 10 minutes. The other nigga took 13 minutes. Nigga,
man,
y'all super chatting in, dog. Y'all niggas got the longest narratives. God damn, get to the question. God, I mean, like, damn, can other niggas call in? Damn, God.
It's a story in the question.
Oh my God. So don't get mad at me. I tried it. I was like, man, all right, let's go back. I'm like, and y'all niggas, God, Jesus Christ. You know? Anyhow, man. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Niggas. Hey, what?
Nigga real rap had me laughing like a motherfucker. I'm like, man, he got the Guinness Book of World Record longest question. It was a good one though.
What Drake say? Niggas talk more than bitches these days.
Oh shit, I don't know. Oh shit, I don't know.
Hey, by the way, Drake got a new album dropping tomorrow night. Just got it. I think it's dropping at midnight. So 9:00 East Coast time. Fred will be. Oh, I won't be listening to it because I'll be in the shop. But as soon as we get the hell out of here tomorrow night, I will be listening to that shit. I don't give a fuck. You call Drake trash? That's cool. You know what I mean?
I didn't say he was trash. I just said I don't listen to him. You know what I'm saying?
No, the chat.
So
the chat.
Yeah.
The chat.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I do be letting it back happen because we got mixed company. Like I can't be like, nigga, shut up. Like, oh God, damn, y'all niggas gotta know how to ask questions. Like, I mean, they got YouTube videos, you know, like, ask the question. Oh. Niggas be, hey, I ain't gonna lie, niggas be in the chat, niggas be in the chat like, hurry up. Shay would ask your question.
They be asking my questions, but asking the wrong way. And then by the time I get there, it's like they gave half the answer, and I don't want to be repetitive and shit. Sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Shit, but yeah, your boy know what the fuck he doing.
Yeah. Hey, how do you not know you're taking too long though?
Those are dudes that think they satisfy every woman.
I'm like, damn. Oh man, Real Rap came in here, wanted him to prove that he been reading books and shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, we know. Ask the question. Christopher Columbus this, Christopher Columbus that, and that nigga says I'm currently from Louisiana, and I'm like, where were you formerly from? I was thinking that. I was like, where are you formerly from? Anyways. right for a real question, right? Ain't that a serious question you would ask?
Yeah, these niggas is lawless. God damn.
Let me say, hey, the other nigga was like, let me say one more thing, nigga. You been on the phone 13 minutes, nigga. No, and stop repeating the first question. Stop repeating the first question you asked. God damn. Woo.
Phantom Brawler said, literally learn how to ask a question. Man, like, is this a question or a statement?
I know, man. Hey, it's my personal statement.
Once upon a time in a land far, far away.
Oh my God.
Sheesh.
They act like they're on a 5-hour plane ride. You know what I mean? Like, no.
And damn, who was that called in? That was I thought B&B called in.
No, he didn't call.
B&B didn't call in, right?
No.
Damn, who was that?
I don't know who it was, but I don't know. He said he
somebody
came
in
from
the South and shit.
He said he came from Blue Buzz channel.
No. It was somebody that's usually on there. Thank you, Fred. You know, country and shit. Sound like Asia Math and all of them. Like in the southern Midwest. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was B&B. I'm like, good call. He like, shit, what call? I'm like, damn. Okay, got the wrong dude. Yeah. But yeah, somebody from over there could be on the phone with us for 3 hours. Yeah. These were the dudes that was phone boning back when they had landlines and shit. Put the cover over their head and the pillow and shit and be talking until they fall asleep.
Yeah, and the mama get the phone bill from dialing 976-7070. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Get toe up at that son of a biscuit, man.
Damn.
Oh my gosh. And the nigga was like, I can't hear you. And y'all niggas still talking. Hey, if the nigga's facial expression change and all that shit, the nigga jumping up and down from side to side on a chair, it's probably a good time to ask the question. You know what I mean?
Oh, Eric in St. Louis said, watch it, nigga. No, you know what I mean? Shit, ain't you from the dirty? Ain't you from the new?
Damn. Man, I could see her. She was fine. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I could see her. She was fine. anyhow, man, tomorrow we're gonna have some fun in the shop. We'll talk the breaking news, and we'll talk about the categories that we gonna do, and also we'll have the GoFundMe page up tomorrow too, so that'll be cool. So the goal is $5,000. I think five. So if we give like, so what was the goal? 500 or 1,000 per award? What did we? What was the preliminary?
Shit, we started with 500 and then graduated to 1,000.
Okay, so the goal is 1,000. So if we have 7 awards, it's 7,000. So, you know, if it's 5 awards, we'll give away 5. I don't know. We'll figure it out. You know, we'll work it out. You know what I mean? So,
people stand in line. Man, listen, people stand in line to buy shoes from a dude who played basketball in Chicago, born in Brooklyn. They never gave shit back to his community. You know what I'm saying? People stand in line to buy, what's that shit? What is GTA called? What does that shit stand for? The video game? GTA?
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. They stand in line to buy shit for themselves, grown ass men, women, and children. Chicks are in the fucking, you know what I'm saying, weigh 200 pounds, but they sit in the nail shop putting paint on their nails like they in Earl Scheib or whatever his name is. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, we got time. We got time today, cuz we got time. We're going to put money in. And we keep talking about we want to market our champions. We want to do good things for them. We want to give back. So, shit, we finna do it.
Okay, we on it.
You start that Cash App or whatever. Or what's the?
No, we're gonna do the GoFundMe because I want niggas to see their money.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
I want niggas to see their money.
Yeah, you know I'm institutionalized. I can't.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let niggas see their donations and shit. You know what I mean? So. Oh man.
Oh look. Let me see. Reggie said, "Fred, my award should be 2,000." Damn, it moved. It should be 2,000 for the. Never mind. For the political expert award. I thought he was saying to give the top award.
I mean, shit. If you want to set niggas back 300 years, I mean, you won. You got the best one. You got the best guy for the job. I'm just gonna say this: Donald Trump gave us $11,300 last summer. That's all I'm gonna say. Case closed. Because they both gonna do a terrible job in terms of for us, but you know, Donald Trump gave us 10,000 for the. What was it, the PPP, whatever it is, and you got a loan with 0 interest for a year, and you got a $600 a week increase on your unemployment, and you got $1,300 for the same thing. They giving us $1,300. Nancy Pelosi championed the bill, and we getting $600. It's about money. If it's about money, you know what I mean? Because they both racist now. Come on. I don't know if we can judge the character, you know. So anyways, either way, it's water under the bridge now. But you know, but just
Tom Brown said, "Ain't nothing wrong with GTA."
I know, nigga, and that's why you are at home alone. Ain't nothing wrong with that neither, though. You know what I mean?
Tom Brown, Macaulay Culkin. Huh?
No, Nancy Pelosi jumped in front of that bill. And then she came back and says, yeah, we should give $2,000. Remember, Nancy Pelosi shut down that bill in September because she didn't want Donald Trump giving out money too close to the election. Don't ever forget that. They filibust that shit right out. You know? So anyhow, and I actually said that before the election, but like, you know, Reggie Owens still gonna say FTP, FTD, FTD. Just like everybody else on CNN, you know. So anyhow, it's water under the bridge now. We got to deal with this man for about, what do you say, 2 to 3 or 1 to 2?
Shit, because might not make it that long.
Man, I don't know how long he's gonna make it, but like same thing happened in San Antonio tonight. I saw it. I saw the highlights of it before the show started. Same thing gonna happen. We the same way that assistant coach in San Antonio made history. Kamala Harris gonna make history. You know what I mean? She gonna be the first. I don't think he's gonna get out of it. I don't think he's gonna make it. I don't even think he's healthy now. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Yeah, you know.
Man, you know what's crazy is I just hope that in 7-8 months, you know what I'm saying, by this time next year, if dude's still breathing, if he's not and Kamala gets there, I just hope she doesn't make it a point to prove that she's not gonna do. Never mind. you know what it is, man. You know how sometimes these folks, man, they got to prove a point that, look, I'm with y'all and not with us, but on the other side, you know.
Reggie Owens said no live. Hey, P Good, you got to send me that. Send it to me. I don't know which one it is now. Shit. We done did so many. If you find it, send it to me. I'm chopping up that motherfucking Reggie Owens. I think you going out tomorrow. I got Reggie Owens going out tomorrow. I got who else? Who was after Reggie Owens? I don't know, but you're going out tomorrow. So I believe I'm chopping up yours tomorrow. So your jump off will be off the channel too. I think you asked him about the gloves and shit, right? Something like that. So yeah, that'll be going down tomorrow, and yeah.
Yeah, I asked him in a way where he can come back and we can really kill him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
These dudes, you know what I'm saying, chops his balls off as soon as he walked through the door. You know, but
I think Trump is like what 2% healthier than Joe Biden. Like I don't know. Like I would say he's healthier, but I mean, how much more? Yeah, on the sugar hill.
He just got enough money to cover up his sickness.
Yeah, 1%, 2%, if that. I don't think highly of none of those guys. I wouldn't say I'm just disgusted at the brainwashing that media can do on black people. That's all. You know, it's just disgusting. You know that you know. So I don't know. That's just Biden is ready. He got 2 feet in. He just ain't slipped down. You know, he just ain't slipped down. He's still his butt is on the green part of the grass. You know, he's about to slide on in. You know, so. Oh man, so sometime in February.
Patty Dean, you did it again. Patty Dean, want to give you them flowers again while you here. You
PPD.
Did it again. Don't know how you do it, why you do it, but you did it again.
PPD.
Roses, flowers, plants, you get all of it right now. Yeah. Let's see.
Hey, I saw Snoop today, dog. I saw Snoop on Florence. That was pretty cool, man. Hey, but you know the funny joint ever was? I was coming down. I'm gonna tell y'all the story because you know we're just hanging out. We're just hanging out right now. We ain't doing shit. So I'm coming down. I'm on the side of the Inglewood Cemetery, and I was thinking, I'm like, why didn't they bury Nipsey Hussle here? And I was like, well, it's probably what the family wanted. You know, they took him to somewhere else, right? And as I make a right turn, I see a 6'4". I didn't see it. I didn't know it was 2 6'4s. I just saw one. And I saw a Mexican with an LA hat on. And he had an LA jacket on. And I says, man, I just want to feel this energy, dog. I bust a U-turn. You know, where the Inglewood Cemetery is. And I went back west on Florence and I caught up with him. I was like, man, this shit feels so LA, dog. Like, it feels good to see you in a 6'4", man. It was like, and I was like, man, it just felt like that Tupac song. It, you know, to live and die in LA. I just felt that energy coming off that 6'4". And then he's like, Snoop Dogg is right in front of me, man. Go holler at Snoop. And I was like, Snoop, my nigga Snoop. It would be LA without Mexicans, black love, brown pride, and the sets again. Man, it felt
trying to get me all broke. I'm on some bullshit out for everything they remember K-Day?
It felt so good. It felt LA, man. I ain't had that feeling in such a long time. You know, I just and I hope y'all felt that through that video, man. It just felt so good, man. It felt good. It felt LA. Yeah, so that's all, you know. Oh,
recognize that it's all good. What Big D at?
Yeah, so probably sometime in February, JJ. Gonna have a good time. You know, so probably in February. We spoke to him and we're just figuring it out. But he might get bombarded, you know, because if he wins a Grammy, you know, he gets that white acceptance. You know, they gonna put him on a pillar and then he gonna, you know, hopefully he takes off and, you know, he ain't going too far, but we'll get him in here. You know, so
while we on music, man, that I don't want to say not the soundtrack, but the song that the Roots and Black Thought had on the documentary. Black Thought always spitting, man.
Black Thought got the coldest freestyle.
Yeah, ever.
On
I don't even want to say that dude name.
Yeah,
dude
but the
Pac and Nips.
and the second one is I think the second dopest freestyle on that show is My Song.
Yep, yeah, I agree with you.
True. Oh, you would be on that. The first one, Black Thought, closed the show.
Agree. Yeah,
was
that's
Hot
gotta be the best.
But My Song, oh my God, My Song killed it, dog.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna tell y'all a freestyle that a lot of y'all may or may not have heard is the Black Ice one on the Rap City. Have you heard that one? Black Ice?
Of course.
Oh my God.
Of course. There's some people that I know that know music. OG Eric in St. Louis knows hip hop, Unique Don. There's a few people that know. Like some people think they know, and then when you go back past 5 or 6 years, they start getting lost in the sauce. When you go underground, they get lost in the sauce. But it's a few people that I know the music. There's a freestyle. Like when I say a freestyle, I'm talking about there's a real freestyle, zero written, and that's when the Wake Up Show had when 92.3 The Beat had their show in Hollywood, and it was on Sunset Boulevard. And you used to be able to go up there, and that's when they used to have Exhibit, Razzcast, Crooked Eye, Planet Asia. Like they used to have all of the dope MCs go up there. But Corrupt went up there one day because he heard Capadonna and he was trying to catch up with him. And Capadonna was up there with Big Daddy Kane. But anyway, Corrupt got in there and they started playing a beat, and he just started going like off the top. You know what I mean? And he rapped for about 13 or 14 minutes. And they tried to go to a commercial, and they went to commercial because they got, for sponsorships, they had to go to commercial, but they came back and he was still going. And they went to 3 commercial breaks and Corrupt was still rapping. And it was somewhere in the teens, 13 or 15 minutes. But he just kept going and just kept switching up his style. And so those freestyles that you just mentioned, those are definitely like top 10 all time.
Yeah, it's just, that's shit. Man, what y'all doing? Y'all timing people out? Because I can't see the chat y'all on, man. Stop timing people out, man.
That was real rapping B&B, man, going at it over.
Man, cut it out. Y'all niggas cut that shit out.
And Dre Finest, we're gonna rent you back up, man. I don't know something.
I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't touch none of that shit. So
I know. Sometimes people they think that, but this ain't like the other channels. Fred ain't touching that stuff, man. Yeah. He don't pay attention to it. He just keep the content going.
I can't see it because I'm in StreamYard, so I don't know what's going on YouTube. I don't see the colors or nothing. On StreamYard, I just see your name and your comment. I don't know if you have a wrench or not. I can't. What Jarvis say? What Jarvis say?
I said Corrupt was up for like 17 minutes straight. He said Corrupt must be related to real rap.
Yeah. Oh, B&B. Nah, nigga. Whenever you hear these two voices together, it's a rap, nigga. It's a rap. It's a rap. Not unless he say yes. And it's B&B.
Shout out to Mr. Finesse, man, one of the originals and the OGs in here with the $4.99 super chat.
Thank you, dog.
Salute. Shout out to the barbershop.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, man.
He ain't called in a minute either. I ain't heard Mr. Finesse call in a while.
Chino XL when we
call him Mr. Fitness.
Yeah. Because it looked like it when it's scrolling down. The shit looked like Mr. Hey, Chino XL has some dope ass freestyles too coming up.
Oh yeah, Chino, yeah. Man.
Chino
XL. Yeah. But Chino fucked up. You can't be mentioning Tupac's name, especially not a fiery Tupac, even if it's just for the sake of a punchline or a metaphor. You don't mention Pac name and no shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's where he fucked up.
Yeah, man.
And certain people, even if your career, if your trajectory is like, if it's upward and your shit look like it's gonna take off, like Ja Rule, for example. Ja Rule was probably the hottest thing, like maybe one of the top 5 hottest things in hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And then that 50 kid just came and it ruined him.
He should have banged on him though. He should have banged on 50 Cent.
Man, yeah.
He just let him just go. Like, nigga, I'm like, man, you better bang back. And then you see your market shrinking. Man, you better bang back. Like that nigga just crazy. He had, man, you talk about hits, and he had probably the finest woman in hip hop. Shit. What was better than Ashanti? Go. I dare you. I mean, you could say it's good, but what's better? What was better than Ashanti when you was 19 years old?
Oh no, you ain't taking no arguments out of me.
I mean, when you're 19 years old and you see Ashanti, you like, shit.
Yeah, I'm going raw.
Yeah, vegan style.
Vegan style.
Man, ain't no
Put that fucking emoji. Yeah, straight eggplant on her ass.
Man, Ashanti. Jesus Christ. Man. Yeah, she set it off, you know.
Yeah, Mike Weary, Ja Rule got hit and didn't hit back.
Yeah.
That's
Ashanti's still fire. Yeah, she is. I see her. She go viral about once or twice a year. She's still fine. Yeah, I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting on that thing. I like Keisha Cole too, who ended up being. Shout out to Lauren Bevel sneaking in the chat real quick.
Oh, Lauren, I didn't say nothing about Ashanti. That was just a joke.
Shout out to Virgil Hunter's
Virgil Hunter.
Virgil Hunter's daughter.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach
Should
Virgil.
We get Virgil out? I don't know. I don't.
I know how Virgil's so normal and his godson a weirdo.
Yeah, man. I want to bring him in the barbershop, but I got to tiptoe that line, and I don't know.
Yeah, he ain't. Virgil is a loyal dude. He'd come to the shop, but he ain't.
Oh, he'll come. On my request. I mean, he's literally one phone call away. He'll say yes at the drop of a heartbeat for me. No lie, no doubt. But I don't want to put him in that position, and then Dre calling him and be like, "Hey, why you do that show, man?" You know. So yeah. So I don't know. But he got what you call? He got the Latino brother from San Antonio. So Mario Barrios.
Okay.
He got the Latino brother. So hopefully they do well together. But yeah, January calendar is full, y'all. I'm just saying.
Hey.
It's full. We booked till January 25th. We got like 2 to 3 guests a week, and then we full. We full. Yeah, we full.
Who are you most excited for in January?
Who I'm most excited for in January? Oh man.
Everybody, huh?
Yeah, like I'm excited for Monday. We got Wes Johnson coming in. I know y'all. Yeah. You got y'all. Shit. I know y'all got a lot of Kobe questions for him. He played for both the Clippers and the Lakers. Was a freak of an athlete at Syracuse. 3rd pick in the draft. You know what I mean? So it's just I'm excited. And then the following, and then we got the judge that went viral, the 27-year-old judge. He's coming in Wednesday. Judge Johnson. He's coming in Wednesday. We got him, 27-year-old, judge. Yeah. So he's coming in at 4 though. We got him at 4 because he said he has some work to do. So he's coming in a little. Yeah, Wesley Johnson. Yeah, he'll be in here Monday. So that's gonna be a fun, vibrant, light conversation. Yeah. So we got a beautiful young lady coming in on Tuesday. Y'all gonna love her. Shit. Yeah. We just mentioned Ashanti. You know what I mean? So yeah, she's on par with.
The last thing I want to say, and it's about boxing. I probably said this before. I don't know, but it's just in my head. So Ryan Garcia getting ready to get down with Luke, right?
Yes.
Ryan wins. I know Bob was in here a couple of weeks ago and he made his statement.
Oh, we got Bob Arum coming in too. It's just gonna be a spontaneous show, DB.
Okay. Good. So Ryan wins this fight. I think Luke is a credible opponent.
Very much.
I think if he beats Luke, that's already a step up for him. But I think after that is another step up. Would you agree or no?
I think if he beats, I'm gonna be as real as I can be. If he beats Luke, he's literally I'm gonna say this unbiased, right? Like unbiasedly. He probably jumps ahead of Devin Haney.
He can't jump ahead of Devin Haney.
No,
Devin
no,
Haney
no, listen to me. Listen,
Okay,
hear me out. I'm just being pragmatic. Obviously gonna root for Devin Haney, but I'm saying if he beats Luke Campbell, right? In terms is his quality of opponent list. That's all we're talking about. Quality of opponent. I'm not talking about talent. Okay. I'm not talking about is Devin better than Ryan. I think Devin is light years ahead of Ryan. It would go Teofimo Lopez, I think, in terms of opposition, I think you can put him ahead of Tank. Could you? Now, if his win is electrifying, shit. If his win is electrifying, wow, but it's not going to change what's going to happen. Floyd is going to try and culturally steal the fight. He's going to try. Floyd is going to be as public as he can be. He might even go after Floyd may even go after Oscar. That's going to be the play. They start beefing again, and maybe you have Tank Ryan Garcia, and it's the fans' responsibility to push Teofimo Lopez and what's his name? Devin Haney to fight. But quality of opponent. Tanks don't have a quality, man. Y'all better not say Leo Santa Cruz, no quality. Nah, I don't think so.
Come on, you can't say that. You can't say that.
No, I think Luke Campbell. I think Luke Campbell is a better opponent than Leo Santa Cruz.
Man, my brother D-Lo Fofo just put out a video today. Everybody go watch the video. All of these dudes have one decent win and one questionably decent win on their resumes. All of these young dudes. So all of that stuff about, he ain't fought nobody, build your resume. All of these dudes they're all equal. Like every time they have a fight, they all get back on the same playing field. One goes ahead with his fight, and then in the guy's next fight, he goes back up there again, right? If they're either going to knock out their opponent or they're going to cruise to a victory where they're damn near winning every round. I think Luke Campbell and Leo Santa Cruz are just about the same.
Luke Campbell and who? Leo Santa Cruz? I mean, you can debate that.
Right.
You can debate that because Luke Campbell's never been a champion. So, I mean, it's debatable. It's debatable. It's debatable. Tank was losing the fight on points at the time I had it, I had Luke Campbell even going into the 6th or 7th round or something with Loma, I had a competitive fight. I forget what the score was. But I had a very competitive fight. We'll see.
Who's Luke Campbell's two biggest fights?
Say it again.
Who's Luke Campbell's two biggest fights?
The Mexican and Loma.
Did he win those fights?
No, he didn't.
Right.
Right.
Has he ever been a champion?
Has who?
Has Luke ever been a champion?
No. Has Luke ever? No.
Right. So how can you compare him to
weight class? Yeah. I understand what you're going with that. Leo Santa Cruz hasn't been competitive at 130 per se. At 126, he was very competitive and a formidable champion. At 130, he's gone to decision both times against C-level opponents. So that's what I'm basing it off of. He's had two. Yeah,
Jalen Thompson. He lost to Mendy too, and Tone Brown. Good point. Leo Santa Cruz is an excellent fighter. He avenged his only loss.
Yeah, I'm with it. If I would agree with the shop if y'all want to make those two equal. If you want to put Tank and Ryan Garcia equal, I'm with all of that. I agree. That's fair. It's fair.
No, that's not where I was going.
Okay.
I was saying that Luke is a quality opponent for Ryan Garcia at this time.
Very much so.
I don't think that anybody else. I don't think that Shakur, or Devin, or Tio, or anybody else can go. Who have you fought? I think Luke is a quality opponent.
I think yeah.
If Ryan beats him, Now it's another step up for Ryan, which means that he should be fighting either Devin or fighting Tank. I think Tank is the way to go, and Devin should be unifying, becoming undisputed fight against Tia Female.
Devin should absolutely be unifying. And here's the catch. Here's the catch. What I want to say. I be trying to find a way to make these videos and not be offensive, right? Because I care about the people that I disagree with, and because I'm so sharp and I'm so convinced in my truth that I just go off the hammer, and it may come off as offensive. So I don't want to come off as offensive. What I'm saying is this: if we're clamoring and asking for Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney, shouldn't we be asking for the same energy with Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence, and not settling for Sean Porter, and not settling for Devin Haney versus somebody else, Rolly?
But we don't settle. We're not settling for that. We ask for more.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, because I see people still asking for Sean Porter versus Terrence Crawford. No, that's a backup plan. We should everybody's energy should be on the same way we was with Gary Russell and Devin Haney. That's the same energy. You know, that's just what I said.
Yeah, I'm so exhausted about talking about fight purses, A side, B side. I'm not your fucking defense attorney. I'm not your promoter or your manager. I don't give two shits or one fuck how much you make. You make enough money so you can put something aside and invest a little bit and live a good life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You make $3 million, you got $1 million to spend, $1 million to save, and $1 million to invest in back into your community.
Yeah.
And if you ain't doing that, that ain't nobody else's fault. You know what I'm saying? We got platforms like these right here where we allow fighters, to come in, promote their brand, and get and for example, we had a guy that was supposed to come in sometime recently, right? So you're gonna fight against another one of these three guys. Now we love you guys all equally, right? But now instead of us pushing for you and saying, you know what, I'm gonna edge this guy out. Now we want you to lose. We want you to get knocked the fuck out.
That's true.
Fuck you.
That's true. That's called being human. You're right.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
Sometimes Philly produces some great things, like Mike Africa Jr., and then sometimes we get some chumps. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely right. Box fans wants to know, Fred, has getting guests for the show become easier? I think the logistics of it has come a little bit easier, but I think it's still work. Shit is hard. I mean, it's not hard. It's just the consistency of it. We gotta talk to him 3 times. That's a PPD question.
That's right. The Queen Lauren Bevel. I just want to see fights.
I just want to see the fight. You're right. Real Rap says Fred hate Floyd and Al more than his reflection. I mean, y'all can laugh if y'all want to. That's his first super chat too. He found $2, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, brother. You gave your last. I appreciate that. Hey, nigga, get out of my. Can y'all just kiss and make up? And I'm not getting in the middle of none of that shit. Y'all niggas grown. I ain't in none of that. Y'all niggas just either square up on a debate on somebody's channel or just leave shit alone.
How about this? Reggie ain't going live. Real Rap, why don't you go live after, and you and B&B?
Yeah, you and B&B just do what y'all want to do. Yeah, y'all just go have fun. We're
going to all go over there and we're going to hit the like button.
How about that? You know what I mean? Yeah, we just make the fights. I want to see Devin and Teofimo Lopez, and we might there's a chance we'll get Teofimo Lopez. There's a chance. He went to the fight this weekend. He's going to the fight in Texas. So there's a chance we can get him. You know what I mean? There's so there's a chance. If we get Teo, it's gonna be electric, because he knows what he's getting into. He's gonna fight back. So that's gonna be cool. So I'm looking forward to that. So we just got like a couple slots open for like some spontaneous guests, but we'll see. So we got a lot of NBA. We got some NBA influx coming through. So I really want to see Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, man. That's an exciting fight for me, because I really want to see, is Teofimo that good? Like, I really want to see, and I want to see, is Devin that good? Like, I want Devin to prove what I've seen in the gym. I want him to do it on the main stage. You know, I really want to see that fight, and whoever wins. You know, it's
so. All right, I'm asking you and everybody in the chat. This is for Mr. Finesse, Champion Hart, Mike Weary. This is for Jalen, all y'all. So just these two, and I'm talking about realistic things, and I'm not, without the bullshit. What should be next for Loma, and what should be next for Gary Russell Jr.? Realistic, where neither person is going to be talking about A side, B side, purse splits, home field advantage, all of the other bullshit. What's next for Loma? What should be next for Gary Russell Jr.? Go ahead, Fred.
I think Loma's gonna get the rematch. Bob Arum is not going out of. He is not. Okay, no, you didn't ask that question. You asked realistically. Rematch with Teofimo Lopez, or they push him ahead of Shakur Stevenson for a belt. So, and what I mean by that is he fights Burchell, or they push him ahead for the Carl Frampton Jamel Herring winner. That's what I think. Yeah, and then Shakur Stevenson is like, what the fuck? But and then with Gary Russell. Honestly, Gary Russell needs to be as aggressive as he is online. He needs to be aggressive and promote himself physically. Like, so for example, if Ryan Garcia is fighting at 135, I would have been at the fight. 135. It's around your weight class. I think honestly, that's where he should be. And the fight is Gary Russell, Leo Santa Cruz at this point. Yeah, Gary Russell, Leo Santa Cruz. I don't think there's no doubt at 126 who he can and who he loses to no one at 126. Not right now.
Okay.
And yourself?
I want Loma and Gary Russell Jr. to run it back.
Okay.
But let me read some of these. The brother Radcliffe said Dev and Tio ain't fighting until they get to 140 or 147. Let's hope not. And Eli Zachary said, if Devin can outbox Tio female like I think he can, it'll be nice. PJ's Big Dog said, Tio don't want it. He knows Haney schools him. Trap Lord said, Loma should fight the winner of Ryan and Campbell. Yeah. That's pretty good, Trap Lord. That's interesting.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. JJ said, Loma rematching Gary should get a damn fight. Yeah. That's what I said, JJ.
You like that, Gary? Gary and Loma, I like that fight. Matter of fact, that's gonna be an obvious question when Bob comes in here. So maybe we'll get him in Wednesday or Thursday. When it shakes up a little bit. Maybe next Wednesday, or maybe the week after. It depends on. We forgot about
Gary said he want all the smoke, so this is perfect time for you to avenge that loss. Mike Weary says Loma versus Shakur and Gary versus Colbert. I'm with it.
I'm with Gary versus Colbert. I'm with that.
I'm with
Gary versus Chris Colbert. I'm with that shit.
I'm with it. Batman, where you at? Let's do that. Let's set it up. DMV versus Philly. Let's get them.
I'm with that.
School is young ass. Yeah.
I'm with that fight. That fight makes a whole lot of sense. That fight makes a whole lot of sense for me.
Yeah.
Should Gary move up to 130? Should he move up to 130?
Say it again.
Should he move up to 130?
Well, shit, he was gonna move to 147 to fight Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? And Dev is a big 130, big in his weight class. So shit, Gary Russell can do anything from 130 to 140.
Gary and Rasheed Warren. I don't want to see that. Rasheed Warren just doesn't. He doesn't.
She is a great boxer. He's got good skill. He doesn't have the umph.
He don't come out of himself though.
But he's good though.
Oh yeah. I mean, shit.
Yeah, shit. I'd like that fight too. You know what I mean?
He too little anyway. What is he? 118?
Fight Leo or Valdez. And then best pugilist. Let's see. He said, Fred, he said, I agree with you on most things, Fred, but I can't agree with you with that Santa Cruz is better opponent
I
than
agree.
Luke Campbell.
I stand corrected, guys. I stand corrected. Corrected.
All right. And the birthday fella, Dr. Professor said Loma versus Nakatani. I'm with that too.
Nakatani fucked up all Bob's Arrow money. Bob was gonna try and steal a June date. He was gonna try and steal a June date with Teofimo Lopez. He was gonna do it. I was so happy, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I was, and I'm a Felix Verdejo fan, but I was like, man, I don't want these non-contestant fights, man. You know, I mean, they was gonna take them back to Brooklyn if we would have been open by then, and they would have fought at Madison Square Garden, and you would have had all the Puerto Ricans being food and shit. And thank God it's not happening. So now Bob got to go find him another opponent. Thank God.
Charmaine Callahan said, I think Loma beats Lopez in a rematch. I agree, man. I think he felt Teofimo's power, and he didn't get knocked out, which is what he was trying to avoid. And he also sees the way that Teofimo was acting like a diva and really doesn't want to fight anybody. It's kind of like, I beat you before, and now I just want to hold on to this belt as long as I can. He's just being a diva, and I think that's giving Loma some additional confidence, knowing that he won the second half of that fight and that he didn't get knocked out. So I agree. I think Loma beats him in a rematch, but I don't think he'll take that rematch because he probably feels the same way.
Oh, you think
Eli
Loma?
Zachary says they agree with you.
Wow, you think Loma beats him in a rematch? Interesting.
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
If they would have set a rematch up right away, I would have said, "Oh, it's the same. The same shit's gonna happen again." But after seeing the way that this dude has become a full female, you know what I mean?
He said the Wilder stuff too. He said the Wilder stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a live stream earlier, and he had to get off his live stream right away because he had an accident.
What kind of accident?
He started his period on the live, so he didn't have any pads, so he had to leave the live stream. You know what I'm saying? So Teofimo was a whole bitch out here.
Oh man.
Yeah. Kenneth Johnson said Lomo and Gary should run it back. Let's see. Part 4 said Gary Russell Jr. just needs to fight. I don't care who. Yeah, let's get Gary a fight. Yeah. Dave Jackson the same thing. Mr. Gary Russell Jr. I just want to see him fight. There we go. Look, the same thing. The brother DC said same thing. Want to see him fight. Russell versus Haney. Yeah. G5 said Loma versus TO2, and Gary versus his Mando. Yeah, I think he's gonna fight his Mando. Period. Yeah, Gary Russell Jr. fights his Mando, Dr. Professor. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. So I think a lot of us are saying the same 3 or 4 fights for these dudes, man. So yeah. Okay. Good. Oh yeah, and Burchell's still in the mix too, man. Burchell is a hard fight for anybody. I think anybody in the division he could beat on any day. Yeah. But all right, Fredro, what else you got?
Real Rap got a super chat.
Let's see. When Fred fight Kenny, the chat gonna switch our back on Kenny Porter and they did a Harlem Nights. Laugh, another black movie Fred hasn't seen.
Get the fuck out of here. Here's the funniest shit ever is keep trying, but make sure it's in the form of a super chat though. All right. And hey, what I was gonna say is this nigga has no luck with the women and has no luck with communicating with men. Like it's just you should just go be a Siberian bear and move on down to the Arctic Ocean. You know what I mean? Maybe you'll have more success with ice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, man, it's over, dog. It's over. The girls come say, they were drinking. It was a Saturday night. They was feeling fine and fly. And this nigga changed the energy. How the fuck you ruin the party for everybody? This nigga tried to ruin the party for everybody. If a girl don't like you and there's 20 niggas around, leave the room. Suck it up. Go get some gas. You know what I mean? Go get that 2 for $99 tacos from Jack in the Box. Do something, nigga. But don't ruin the party for everybody. Damn, she might have liked somebody in the chat. And this nigga over here hating, changing the energy. And Man.
Fuck that bitch.
Like, what are you talking about? What are you doing, dog? What are you doing? Hey,
She
he's
a hoe anyway.
yeah.
Hey, Reggie, a fool. Reggie said, hold on, where's John?
What'd he say?
Reggie said, I'm telling y'all, Gary Russell Jr. is available to fight on the 32nd of every month.
80. Hey, what that nigga Jay-Z say, man? DJ Cool all up in my ear, nigga. Like, go somewhere. Nigga, like, what are you doing, man? Yeah, so it's 29 now. Man, my gosh, man. It's what Jesus, man. This nigga, they were drinking, they were showing a little bit of leg, they were feeling frisky, they were like, they knew they was around a whole bunch of men, you know what I mean? And this nigga comes. She tried to holler at my dude, my boy, last week. We don't care.
You want to hit this weed? Oh, I don't smoke. Oh, you think you too good, huh, bitch?
Oh God. He get mad.
Yeah,
hey, he get mad at her for her waiting to get the door open. Right?
Damn.
He get mad at her for expecting a man. That's the kind of nigga he is. He get mad. What type of world we live in? What type of world we live? Hey, I was telling I did some rounds today and I was telling L, I was like, if it's free, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? This nigga, you can't trust real rap to be the fifth wheel. He is not to be trusted. You know what I mean? This nigga gonna ruin everything. This nigga take.
He over there laughing, but he air punching right now too.
Yeah,
fuck free.
Yeah, I mean,
free. I know every rap I say it too every day.
I know he sucked. I mean, check the scoreboard. That's all we doing. We just looking at the scoreboard. You know,
man,
it ain't.
Real wrestler, you stay hating.
I stay hating. How am I hating?
Oh, hold on. Yesterday, so look, check this out. Yesterday,
what happened?
So, Shorty was sitting on the couch, right? I'm sitting at the desk.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she go to the restroom, and that's when old girl came on.
Mm-hmm.
So I was saying something, and then Shorty came out the restroom. So shit, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't say much because I didn't want to be hating on myself and shit. So that's why I was sitting here quiet for a second. I'm like, damn, that 2 minutes, and I was saying something, and you kept talking. And I was like, I can't. Sometimes when I'm on the phone, if I don't have the other phone going too, I can't see you.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if your mouth is moving, if you're getting ready to say something.
Mm-hmm.
I just missed that shit, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, this nigga, fifth wheel ass nigga. Yeah, but yeah, man. Yeah, you can't trust that nigga to be the fifth wheel. That nigga gonna be jealous the whole night. It's your fault. If you the fifth wheel, it's your fault. Think about it. Why don't you have a girl? Right? It's your fault, nigga. How old are you? 30? Okay, it's your fault.
You know that friend in high school when he got the car, but you got the Mac?
Yeah. That was
two
me.
Chicks,
that was me.
That was me. You in the room, you getting ready to smash, and he in the living room. He ain't finna smash, so since he got the car, he gonna knock on the door like,
"You ready to go,
hey,
nigga?
Dog, we gotta go, bro. We gotta go. Come on, you gotta go right now, or you gonna have to find your way home."
Oh my god, this thing got the car, nigga.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
and then the nigga talk
so
like,
professional.
and then the nigga, he's the type of nigga. Hey, when you go get gas and shit, you in the back with the girl and shit, getting the Mac on. You like, nigga, give me my $5. I need the gas money right now. Nigga, come on, man. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. This nigga. Oh, man. And then he's the type of nigga when he know you ain't got it, he gonna make sure the world know you ain't got it. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got the $10, nigga. You ain't got $10. Oh man, I gotta pay for you again. Damn, man, I gotta pay for you again, dog. Every time we do this shit, every time, the whole world knows now. You know what I mean? Oh God.
I love you, real rap. I love real rap.
Oh man, no woman does though. No woman does. Man, this nigga, dog. This nigga.
Is the devil is a lie? Hey, damn, the
Oh
phone.
man.
Oh
Man.
die.
That's no.
Damn.
Actually, Gothic. I didn't really hung out with the Gothic Asian kids. But I did go to Venice High School. It was very eclectic. For 2 years, and played in the snow. Did everything. I did everything at Venice High. Did everything. Went to college. Did everything in college. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So everything. Hey, I didn't turn down much in my younger days. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it a buck. Shit. If I don't want y'all catching me in a lie. Fred, that's real rap. Fred, you lied.
Real rap there. Fred lying. Check the tape.
I ain't lie.
Yeah, let me go and run through these, man,
Right,
for
ahead,
this damn phone. I got to run to the truck and get my damn charger out of there.
Okay,
But
go ahead.
man, shout out to the brother G5 Gay, Tone Brown. Hey, Tone, don't be talking to Lauren Bevel like that, man. I'm gonna come to Chi-Town. I have to talk to you.
He ain't got to worry about
legend
that.
of the barbershop, Cletus Smith. Hey, listen, man.
Hey, Mike
Please,
Africa
man,
had a
get back-
moment like that too. Hey, did you catch it?
Say it again.
Mike Africa had a moment like that too. I forget where it was, but
Oh no, I didn't know.
Yeah,
but I
he
already told myself I was gonna go back and watch it in the morning.
okay,
and shit,
yeah, you'll hear. It's
Yeah.
like the first 15 minutes. But
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it, but if that don't come too if I don't get a chance to watch it though tomorrow, I'm gonna see it later on in the
Okay.
day. You know what I'm saying? Real rap with the $2 holler. He said Fred women needed a green card to get here.
Hey, let me put it on the screen. Let me put it on the screen so you be happy. Let me put it on the screen. How's that?
Man.
How's that?
Joe Gagliardi, Joe G and Winter Hill in the building. Eli Zachary talks everything. Sub to the brother Eli Zachary. My big brother Champion Hart in the building. Salute to you, E. Let's see who else we got in the building. The Queen Lauren Bevel. Shout out to the Bevel family. My brother D Bevel also. Let's see, Mike Weary the Great. He said Fred used to hang out with the Gothic Asian kids. Damn,
man.
yeah, that was probably Fred.
Yeah,
Rob
probably.
G Film in the building.
On the
Rob
3rd Street
G.
Promenade at 1:30 in the morning. Dumpster diving. Yeah, that was me.
Rob G Film. He said, damn. Salute to the brother Anna Israel in the building. Part 4. Cuzzo, I see you. Trap Lord. Cuzzo, I see you. Let's see. Boxing conversations with Reggie Owens. Reggie is not going live tonight. We might slide over to Real Rap if he's gonna do something. Let's see.
See Reggie falling into the trap. See Reggie falling into the trap. See what Reggie Fred only smashed chicks with karate belts. It's not funny, dog. Come on, Reggie. It's just terrible. Just it's just terrible. Don't fall. You don't follow Helen Keller, okay? She will never know where she's going, okay? Don't do it. All right. Damn.
Got you. Best pugilist in the building. He said, I've been wanting that fight with Gary and Loma for years now. Yeah, we want that rematch. Dave Jack in Detroit in the building.
Oh, by the way, your $600 is there. Go check your account. Your $600 is there. Go check it.
Bang, bang. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My brother P Good in the building too. P Good, we got to get your niece information, man, so we can get on here one day.
We got to support her. And tomorrow we're going to do that. And we're going to raise that money. We should be able to do it in the next 30 days.
And I know a little bit about tea, man, from the times I spent in Japan, learning about the traditional tea ceremonies, and also my pops grow a whole bunch of teas and stuff too. So yeah, I'm pretty well versed with that. But yeah, I want to chop it up. So shoot me your email or get my email. Or
Rob said, I'm about to go get a couple of tacos for 99 cents. I'm so beyond a friend. Oh man, that was the spot. I never stood in the line at Jack in the Box, but that it'd be a long line of them motherfucking Jack in the Boxes, and I'll be afraid.
Jack in the casket, eating that bullshit.
Yeah, Jack in it.
Yeah. Man, JJ in the building. Jarvis South Central Brigade.
You call Boo Boo at Boo Cuz. That's funny as hell to me.
Yeah, Blue Cuz. That's my people. You know what I'm saying? Charmaine Callahan, Box Fans, CPT, Gump 88. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga name is that nigga name is Cletus.
Cletus Smith.
Barbershop
legend.
Legend. Nigga had spit coming out and everything. Nigga tried for it. He tried. Hey, what grandmama say? The baby tried. The baby tried.
Man, 3 states below, we see you, Jalen Thompson. See you in there too. Real rap. What you gonna do? You gonna go live or what?
Hey, you know,
Eric in St. Louis.
Hey, you know that nigga. Hey, because that FR sound, you know, makes your 2 teeth come out like a rabbit and shit. Fuck it. Fred, you gon' what he say, Fred? You gon' casket? What he say? You gon' what? I don't know. I don't know what that. You gon' what?
I don't know. I'm scrolled up. I'm back like 10 minutes. Andrew Charles, what up?
You are gon'. I don't know what that emblem say. A hater, like Nip said. I don't know. You gonna casket? You gonna die like a? What is that? A casket? I don't know. But anyways, that's what real rap say.
Okay, KJ, what up? Kenneth Johnson said, I think Nakatani is done. All right, we shall see.
He won though, didn't he just win?
Yeah. The brother Redcliffe, I see Joe G. You still in there? All right, cool.
Oh, you gonna die hater? Okay. I mean, you could have put. Hey, this nigga's so stupid. He said die a hater. I had to edit it, but then he puts die in the chat. You didn't have to edit it, nigga. You outsmarted, you outdumbed yourself. You know what I mean? Like you just should have put it in the chat.
Right on. All right.
The
Tino,
nigga said,
you came in late. What up? Tino Fernandez in the building.
That nigga said Louisiana, where I'm currently from.
Phantom Brother, you came back. All right, I see you.
Where I'm currently from. Tone TB high as hell right now. I know he high. That nigga high. Every show he high. All right, I'm out, Fred. I'm out, Fred. Be like, I'm out, Fred.
Oh, real rap just got you. Look.
What'd he say? He said funny?
Yeah. You see it?
Super
the
chat.
Last one, not the super chat, the last message at 12:04.
Die a hater. I had to edit it. Yeah.
No, after that.
Real rap? I don't see it.
Yeah, you not reading the chat? He said, play the song, Fred!
Oh, that's what he said. Oh, my bad. You outdumbed yourself, dummy. You big dummy. Oh, man. Real rap. Keep on putting them dumbass jokes in the super chat, though. Keep on doing that, big homie. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? Put your per diem in the super chat.
People Fernandez, where you at?
Oh, man. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Tomorrow going to be a fun show, so we're going to iron out the categories, okay? So make sure you guys come. Yeah, you got me tonight. You got me tonight, DB. He got me. Hey, that shit was funny. Hey, that shit was funny as hell. They said, wait, you 5'4"? Oh God! Hey, the chat won't let nobody live, dog. The chat won't let. People Hernandez, man. What's up, Lauren Bevel? Peace, baby. Peace, baby. Hey, the nigga said, "Wait, you 5'4"? That shit was funny, part 4. That shit was funny, man. Oh man, that shit was funny, though. Why? Because the devil is a lie. Hey. Oh man.
Peace, brother Cletus.
Cletus. Hey, don't change your name, dog. Keep it Cletus. All right, Eli, man. Keep Texas safe, big homie. Oh man. Yeah, nigga, I'm 5'4", cuz. Nigga, you can't put cuz at the end of 5'4", nigga. Nah, don't do it. Don't do it, man. Don't do it, nigga. Don't do it, nigga. Nigga, you gotta. Hey, that nigga gotta hop every fence, huh? That nigga be hopping fences like a motherfucker, man. Yeah, it's some children. What's up, Unique Don? What's up, Rob
G Film? Let's get him, Rob.
Personal statement, running game like a basic. Oh man. That nigga part 4 couldn't play tetherball, but to save his life. That shit, they just go to the top of the motherfucking pole. That nigga be jumping. Hey, no rope grabbing, nigga. Oh man, That shit's funny as hell. I had the same struggles though. I ain't gonna lie to your ass. What's up? What's up, Batman? Blessings to your family, man. I believe you had the funeral today. Blessings to your family, man. Blessings to your family, dog. For sure, man. Yeah. Oh man. Oh man.
John Page, salute. The devil is a lie. Hey.
Telling you the truth. Hey. It's all in what you do. Hey. We did it, man. We did it.
We did it.
All right, we out the son of a gun, man. We out here 3 hours and 14 minutes. We cutting down the time. We cutting it down, y'all. We cutting it down.
All right, y'all. Real rap going live. So let's go over and support the brother, man.
All right, let's go.
Fred, bro, I see everybody else that ain't over there, man. I see y'all in less than 24 hours. Love y'all. Love you, bro.
Yeah, we going to real raps. All right, peace, man. Love y'all. Peace, man.